up that twin-turbo V6 engine. Instead of letting the kids play online, show them some epic inclines. Turn your 8-person family dinner into an exhilarating off-road adventure. The all-new Nissan Armada is here. Intelligent four-wheel drive cannot prevent collisions or provide enhanced traction in all conditions. Always monitor traffic and weather conditions.
Some people follow the rules, I break them. I'm Soraya, and on Rule Breakers, we talk to the rebels who do things their way. Listen to Rule Breakers with Soraya on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Listen up, fellow Gen Xers. Elizabeth Banks here. The recommended age for pneumococcal pneumonia vaccination has been lowered to 50 and older, even if you're healthy. It's up to us to lead the way. We've done this before. Music videos, fanny packs, even the World Wide Web. Let's do it again and get vaccinated, because we're at over 6 times greater risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Gen X, this is our shot. Visit vaxassist.com and schedule a vaccine today. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Coming up Friday, April 11th, Circus Sports Illinois and 670 The Score kicking off golf's tournament season at the Lynx Golf and Sports Bar in Lindenhurst.
The Spiegel and Home Show will be broadcasting live from 2 to 6, so stop by and see us do the show in person. Plus, the Lynx are giving you one swing for a chance at $5,000 with a hole-in-one contest.
Enter by downloading the Circus Sports Illinois app. Circus Sports Illinois. Sports betting the way it should be.
This is Chicago Sports Radio 670 The Score, always live on the free Odyssey app.
At the UPS Store, we shred away your worries and your sensitive documents. Shredding services and bins are provided by Iron Mountain on an as-is basis. Most locations are independently owned. Visit the upsstore.com/shredding for full details. The UPS Store. Be unstoppable. Come into your local store today.
Home services can sound a lot like... But what people don't hear is...
You have 47 new voicemails.
I don't think I can come in today.
And whatever paperwork till you fall asleep sounds like. Close enough. Jobber helps home service pros organize, automate, and grow their businesses. So you can do a lot more, make more, and do less. Start your free trial today at jobber.com.
Cubs Padres at Wrigley Field, the home opener. Time now to hear from manager Craig Counsell, sponsored by the Village of New Lenox, leading the way in residential and economic development. Here's Ron Coomer.
Counts your second opening day here at Friendly Confines. Your thoughts on what opening day means to you here at Wrigley Field?
For all the towns in the Midwest, like you come to back for opening day and it's, summer's coming, not here yet, but summer's on its way. And the best ballpark to be in the summer, Wrigley Field, hopefully it's not that far away. So, we're excited to be back from our, felt like a journey, to get here, and keep going on a good start to the season.
Assessment of your ball club. You had series in Arizona, so that was very convenient travel. And then we went to Sacramento and opened a new ballpark in the city. But your assessment on your ball club over these first 2 series?
Yeah, we're 5-4. There's no reason to make grand assessments and really don't like doing that. We got a job today, and that's to play good baseball against a team that's off and playing really well, and it's just a good team, period. So that's what we got to do. We just got to play good baseball. I think we've played good baseball, on the road trip, and just want to continue to do it.
Coming back to Chicago, the health of your team, how has that gone so far as we're, obviously just a week into the season?
Yeah, the guys that started on the injured list, we're not making great progress with those guys. So nothing on the horizon there. But in terms of the active guys, we're in a really good spot. We haven't had to make roster moves as of yet, which is a great thing. So we'll keep trying to get those guys in Brujan, Brazier, and Tyson Miller going. I think Javi Assad is probably the guy making some progress, but as a starter, we've got a kind of path to build him up. But the guys active are doing very well, and I'm happy about that.
Speaking about doing very well, your offense in Sacramento was outstanding. Fun to watch. I'm assuming that's fun to manage when your boys are banging the ball around and you're running around the field. Your thoughts on the offense over the last 3 days?
Yeah, I mean, I think in general, just the road trip, I thought we did really well on offense. You're going to get shut down by some starting pitcher someday. Every offense will, but in general, we've played good offense, and that means that really at this point, like everybody feels like they've done something to contribute to our offense, and I think that's, when you're 7 games in, kind of on a road trip, that's pretty good to say that you don't have anybody that's, everybody's kind of had a day where they've taken their turn, and that's what you want to be consistent. I think, we're going to talk about Kyle Tucker a lot. I hope we talk about Say a lot, but we're going to need, 1 through 9 to make contributions to be consistent. And I think that's what we got on this road trip.
We get Showed on the bump today. That's also another good topic of conversation since he's put on a Cubs uniform. Your thoughts on him pitching opening day here at Wrigley?
Yeah, I mean, I remember, last year that was a special day. I think just for Shota for sure in his first Cubs start, and then being able to do it at Wrigley, and was the start of something really special for him last year. So we're glad it worked out. Like I said, I had something to say about it working out, but I'm glad he's on the mound again for opening day, and look forward to watching him pitch.
Well, Counts, good luck today, opening day here at Wrigley, and for the rest of the season.
Thanks, Coom.
That's the manager's show at Craig Counsell. Zach, back.
Coom, the baseball board next on The Score in the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Pat and Ron bring you the sights and sounds of Cubs baseball right here on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Summer's heating up, and so is your fitness routine. Whether you're looking for high-energy workouts, a place to unwind, or the perfect summer hangout, Fitness Formula Clubs has it all. With outdoor pools and splash bars at West Loop, Park Ridge, and Elmhurst, you can swim, relax, and sip your favorite drink all in one spot. It's more than a gym, it's your summer escape. With 10 locations across Chicagoland, FFC is Chicago's ultimate destination for fitness, fun, and community. Join by April 30th and score an exclusive discount off your enrollment fee. Visit ffc.com/odyssey for details.
This Bosch 2-in-1 impact driver rules.
Oh, yeah!
That couldn't have been
Macho Man Randy Savage indeed, yeah. AKA, you're in a Bosch. I'm a macho manifestation of that feeling you get when you use that 2-in-1 impact driver.
Oh, yeah?
Nah, say it with your chest, brother. Oh, yeah!
Oh, yeah!
We'll work on that. The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a Bosch.
When something happens to your car, you might say,
No! My car!
But what you really need to say is something that can actually help.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
And just like that, State Farm is there to help you file your claim right on the State Farm mobile app. So just remember, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
State Farm, Bloomington, Illinois.
Sometimes it feels like the world is moving at hyperspeed and you can't keep up because it's one thing then another. And don't forget the meeting and the yoga class and the dinner reservation. But then you get into the all-new Nissan Murano and you feel the breeze from the panoramic moonroof while the massaging seats melt away the tension of the day. And you realize that sometimes the greatest rush is not rushing at all. Shop the all-new Murano at nissanusa.com. Panoramic moonroof massaging leather appointed seats are available features.
Cubs Padres, the home opener in mere moments. Who are you banking on? Sponsored by UC Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. I'm banking on Kyle Tucker, and I don't really need a reason. You've watched him play. The pitching matchup is sponsored by Ziegler Subaru of Kenosha. Enjoy the laid-back experience of Ziegler Subaru of Kenosha. Shota Imanaga goes for the Cubs. The left-hander is 1-0 with a 0.82 ERA after 2 starts, while right-hander Randy Vasquez makes his second start of the season. His first against Atlanta came Saturday, pitched 6 scoreless innings. He was 4-7 with an ERA of nearly 5 in 20 starts last season. Around Baseball, sponsored by Great Clips. It's going to be great. 1 game underway. Bottom 3 in Detroit. Tigers lead the White Sox 2-1. Kerry Carpenter goes deep. Cardinals and Red Sox in a rain delay in Boston. Here at Wrigley Field, it's time for baseball. Cubs, Padres, Pat, Ron, next on The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Take the Cubs with you in the Chicagoland area on the free Odyssey app. We are the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Lowe's is the destination for Ego outdoor power equipment this spring.
See what's new and exclusive, like the 17-inch string trimmer with Line IQ technology that auto-feeds to save you time. And the 22-inch Select Cut self-propelled mowers with a multi-blade system for precise cutting. Shop Ego Days, happening now during Spring Fest at Lowe's. We help, you save. Selection varies by location while supplies last.
Moms, dads, are you the parent of a student athlete? Do you want to know how to get the most out of youth sports? If so, listen to the Next Pitch podcast to give you the tools to raise an aspiring athlete. It's not simple, but we talk straight and give you the best insight there is when it comes to youth sports. We'll cover everything from nutrition and training to mental toughness and teamwork. It's a podcast you can listen to together with your kids so everyone can benefit. Follow Next Pitch on the Odyssey app or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Listen up, fellow Gen Xers. Elizabeth Banks here. The recommended age for pneumococcal pneumonia vaccination has been lowered to 50 and older, even if you're healthy. It's up to us to lead the way. We've done this before. Music videos, fanny packs, even the World Wide Web. Let's do it again and get vaccinated, because we're at over 6 times greater risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Gen X, this is our shot. Visit VaxAssist.com and schedule a vaccine today. Sponsored by Pfizer.
This Odyssey Sports broadcast is brought to you by Geico. Switch and save. Get more with Geico.
And now, Odyssey and 670 The Score bring you Chicago Cubs baseball on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, it's Justin Steele.
Swing and a miss by Cruz. A perfect 1-2-3 inning for Justin Steele.
Hey, it's Nico Horner.
Diving backhand stop by Horner, throws to first to get it. Sensational play.
Hey, it's Kyle Tucker.
Kyle drives one in the air to right field. That ball is gone. It's a 3-run homer. This is what you came in for. You got the Cubs game on the score.
Chicago Cubs baseball is presented to you in part by Benny's Beverage Depot, Nissan, Benjamin Moore, Hefty Trash Bags, James Hardy Building Products, Sea Glass Wine, Volvo, Sloan, Xfinity, It's Not a Game, Illinois.com, your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers, and Yingling, the oldest brewery in America. And now here's the Hall of Famer, Pat Hughes, and All-Star Ron Coomer with all the exciting play-by-play action of Chicago Cubs baseball.
Chicago Cubs baseball is on the air from Wrigley Field in Chicago. It's the home opener for the Cubs as the Chicago Cubs take on the San Diego Padres. Good afternoon, everybody. Along with former Cub and All-Star Ron Coomer, it's Pat Hughes reporting. Always exciting. The home opener at this beautiful old ballpark. It's cloudy. It is breezy and it's chilly, which is to say it's very typical for the home opener weather here at the ballpark. Cubs against the Padres. Left-hander Shota Imanaga starting for the Cubs. Randy Vasquez is the starting pitcher for San Diego. A full house of fans on hand. Let's go ahead and take a look at the starting lineups for today's game. Sponsored by Verizon, the most reliable 5G in Chicago. We'll get to the lineups when we come back. The Cubs take the field defensively. You are listening to The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
The Cubs play here with Hall of Famer Pat Hughes and All-Star Ron Coomer on the Cubs Radio Network.
Summer's heating up, and so is your fitness routine. Whether you're looking for high-energy workouts, a place to unwind, or the perfect summer hangout, Fitness Formula Clubs has it all. With outdoor pools and splash bars at West Loop, Park Ridge, and Elmhurst, you can swim, relax, and sip your favorite drink all in one spot. It's more than a gym, it's your summer escape. With 10 locations across Chicagoland, FFC is Chicago's ultimate destination for fitness, fun, and community. Join by April 30th and score an exclusive discount off your enrollment fee. Visit ffc.com/odyssey for details.
Bosch's innovative power tools make you feel like a Bosch. Like when you pile drive screws and bolts with the 2-in-1 impact driver, you'll feel like
Macho Man Randy Savage. Oh, yeah.
Or when you powerfully blast through concrete with the Bulldog rotary hammer, you'll feel
Like I have the power.
And when you make buttery smooth cuts with the Glide Miter saw, you'll feel
Scoobity-bee-bop smooth, baby.
What he said. With expertly engineered power tools, the more you Bosch, the more you feel like a Bosch.
46 degrees at Wrigley Field. Game time temperature sponsored by Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric. Your trusted local experts, Four Seasons. Let's take a look at the lineups for San Diego, off to an impressive 7-0 start for the year. Fernando Tatis Jr. in right. Luis Arraez at first base. Manny Machado playing third and batting third. Xander Bogaerts, the cleanup man at shortstop. Jackson Merrill in center field. Yuli Gurriel to bat sixth. He's the designated hitter. The number 7 San Diego batter is Jake Cronenworth, and he'll play second base. Brandon Luckridge in left field, and Martin Maldonado batting ninth and doing the catching for the Cubs as they are on the field defensively. Ian Happ leads off in left. Kyle Tucker in right. Seiya Suzuki, the DH, batting third. We'll continue with the Cubs lineup after this first pitch of today's game from Shota Imanaga to Fernando Tatis Jr. And here it comes on the way, and Tatis will hit a pop fly foul and out of play, and away we go. Michael Busch batting cleanup at first. Dansby Swanson is the shortstop. Batting sixth and playing second base, Nico Horner. Pete Crow Armstrong in center. Matt Shaw at third base. And Miguel Amaya catching and batting ninth. Fouled away again, and now it's 0-2. Ron, it's great to be back with you again as we start our 12th year together. Nothing quite like the home opener at Wrigley. I'll get your response after this 0-2 pitch to Fernando Tatis. From Shota, it's on the way. Swing and a foul back.
Yeah, it really isn't. You know, driving up to the ballpark, you see the fans in the neighborhood coming alive. You see the scoreboard as we pull into our lot, and it's just incredible. And then to walk into Wrigley Field in this historic place, it's a one of a kind, I would say.
The next offering dribbled foul up along first. I wrote down a note, Ron. Tell me if you feel the same. There's something about either opening day or the home opener at Wrigley in particular. It brings back so many feelings of when you were a younger Cubs fan.
Yeah, it is for me. I know that. I remember driving down the street and not even getting into the ballpark yet and seeing the scoreboard and just getting chills.
Bouncer to third, glove by Shaw, comes up throwing to get him. Tatis bounces out to third base. We are underway. No score. First inning. The batter is Luis Arraez.
But it's just the excitement, right? As a kid, knowing you're going to the ballpark. It was a good long drive for us to get here. But then you got to the park, and it was looking at the scoreboard and then getting in and getting a hot dog and watching batting practice. It's just an incredible feeling. And I know there are thousands down below us have that same feeling right now.
Shota misses down low for a ball. Shota Imanaga had a no decision in his first start against the Dodgers in game number 1. That was over in Japan. Here's the pitch, cracked on the ground to first, backhanded by Busch. Underhand feed to Shota on the bag. Out number 2, a couple of routine bouncers. Remember a year ago, Ron, the weather was very similar to what we have today. The opposition was Colorado. And that was our first real regular season look at Shota Imanaga. He pitched 6 shutout innings, and it looked like he was unbothered by the weather.
Yeah, and that is a big key when you pitch here at Wrigley early in the season. And that was something that was unknown. And Shota, all season long, the weather never really affected what he does, and that's important here in Chicago.
Manny Machado, a late cut on a good inside fastball by Shota. Imanaga with a record of 1-0 this season and a glittering ERA so far of 0.82. The next pitch low and inside for a ball. Shota stands about 5'10", solidly built, very nice young man from Japan. Here comes the 1-1 pitch on the way to Machado. Off speed in there for a strike. What's on your mind on 1 and 2, Ron?
Well, you got 2 options against Machado. You come up and in with the fastball to try to get the strikeout in or to pop up, or you go right back to the split. I like the up and in fastball.
Here comes the 1-2. fouled away. There was the high fastball. The Padres in their traveling uniforms, the dark brown shirts, the light brown, almost a grayish brown color of trousers, yellow numbers on their backs, brown hats. The 1-2 on the way. Low one outside. It's 2-2. Cubs in their home whites, the blue pinstripes all over, the blue hats, sleeves, numbers, and socks. A variety of shoe colors. Uniform description sponsored by Benjamin Moore. The 2-2 from Imanaga. Popped up foul and out of play. Benjamin Moore on the field or the walls of your home. The right team and colors make all the difference. Official paint of the Chicago Cubs, Benjamin Moore. Machado off to a good start, just like his team. The Padres a perfect 7-0. This is their first road game of the year. The 2-2. Fouled away again. They had a perfect homestand in San Diego, in which they swept Atlanta 4 in a row and Cleveland 3 in a row. And in the 57-year history of the San Diego Padres, this is the first time they've ever won their first 7 games of the year. The pitch low and in. But they are in the same division as the Dodgers, and 7-0 is great, but they're in second place by a half a game.
I don't think I've ever been 7-0 in anything and been in second place.
Well, the Giants don't look, but they are 5-1. So in other words, the top 3 teams, Dodgers, Padres, and Giants, they've played 21 games. Combined, their record so far is 20-1. Yeah, the payoff pitch to Machado. Oh, strike 3. No argument from Machado. He was looking for something off speed. A fastball surprised him. 1, 2, 3 inning for the Chicago Cubs. Strikeouts by Cubs pitchers. Brought to you by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. 1, 2, 3 for Imanaga. We go to the bottom of the first. No score on the score. And the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Cubs fans, it's Craig Counsell. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Summer's heating up, and so is your fitness routine. Whether you're looking for high-energy workouts, a place to unwind, or the perfect summer hangout, Fitness Formula Clubs has it all. With outdoor pools and splash bars at West Loop, Park Ridge, and Elmhurst, you can swim, relax, and sip your favorite drink all in one spot. It's more than a gym, it's your summer escape. With 10 locations across Chicagoland, FFC is Chicago's ultimate destination for fitness, fun, and community. Join by April 30th and score an exclusive discount off your enrollment fee. Visit ffc.com/odyssey for details.
This Bosch 2-in-1 impact driver rules.
Oh, yeah!
That couldn't have been.
Macho Man Randy Savage indeed. Yeah, a.k.a. you're in a Bosch. I'm a macho manifestation of that feeling you get when you use that 2-in-1 impact driver.
Oh, yeah?
Nah, say it with your chest, brother. Oh, yeah!
Oh, yeah!
Well, we'll work on that.
The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a
Bosch.
When you buy a new house, you might say,
"Shut the front door."
winning.
No, seriously, shut the front door. We own this house now.
but you actually need to say,
"Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there."
That's right. The local State Farm agent is there to help you choose the coverage you need.
Welcome to my crib. No one says that anymore, but I don't care.
So just remember, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
State Farm, Bloomington, Illinois.
Ian Happ leads off, takes a strike from right-hander Randy Vasquez. The Cubs' leadoff man is presented by Benny's Beverage Depot. If Ian Happ gets a base hit, Benny's Beverage Depot will donate $100 to the Greater Chicago Food Depository. Happ takes high. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking. Happ with a home run and 5 runs batted in on the young season, hitting 184. Here comes the 1-1. Happ strokes it foul out of play. Right away, I notice a shift in the defense. The shortstop Bogart's playing almost directly behind the bag, and the third baseman Machado run is over where a shortstop normally plays. He's 50 feet off the third base line. Happ takes high, 2-2.
Well, and that will, at times that's going to really be beneficial. It's kind of like right before the shift, when we had a full shift. Now that third base position is open, there's going to be some guys trying to take a shot at that spot. There it is.
Then Happ, as soon as you said it, he lines a base hit through the vacated third base area. And it's a leadoff single for Ian Happ. And let's see if that leads to bigger and better things as Kyle Tucker will make his Wrigley Field debut as a Cub. And listen to this hand. He's already got 4 home runs, 11 RBIs. Not a bad total for 9 games into the season. He swings and pulls it foul off to the right. I've always thought, Ron, it's very important for a guy joining a new club to get off to a quick start, just because you want to start making contributions and fit right in with your teammates.
Boy, there's no doubt. And you're the talk of the town coming in as you get traded over to the Cubs. And, his spring training wasn't very memorable.
Fastball inside, 1-1.
But you know what's great about that? Those numbers don't count. They get wiped away. And these do. And this is what matters. And he has started out with a bang here for the Cubs.
Tucker in his last 5 games, 10 hits in 21 at-bats. That's a hot hitter. Whew. Inside, it's 2-1. Vasquez made 20 starts a year ago. He was 4-7 for the Padres, and his ERA was 4.87. He is from the Dominican Republic. And now the 2-1. No score first inning. Low and inside. Okay, he missed on 2-1 on the breaking ball. You've got to be looking fastball here on 3-1, don't you?
Yeah, well, he doesn't throw a lot of straight fastballs. He really doesn't. He'll throw the four-seamer, but he didn't throw a lot of them. He'll cut this fastball. When he tries to get it inside, he'll just throw that cutter 90 to 92 miles an hour. His best pitch is that sweeping breaking ball. But so far, we haven't seen him command that yet.
Happ with a short lead at first. No score first inning. Here's the pitch. Pulled foul past first. And now it's 3-2.
That was the cutter inside. And Tucker was right on time with it. It was 89 miles an hour, and he hooked it foul.
Arise is holding Happ at first. The lights have been turned on early in the afternoon at Wrigley, having a minimal effect. And now the right-hander taking some extra time. The payoff. Happ runs. The ball hit in the air. Left center, playable for Merrill. And Jackson Merrill makes the catch. And that's out number 1. Merrill, runner-up in the Rookie of the Year voting a year ago to the Pirates. Sensational young pitcher Paul Skeens. But Merrill had a tremendous rookie year. We'll get back to his numbers later on. 1 away, first inning. Happ at first. The batter is Seiya Suzuki. Seiya had a gigantic series against the Athletics earlier this week. Takes outside for a ball. 3 games. How about 3 homers and 9 RBIs?
That will work. And, the big home run, the 3-run homer a couple days ago against Severino to straightaway center. Talk about a confidence builder. That was a big swing of the bat for Seiya.
Now the 1-0. Line to left, down the line, foul. Off the protective screen, down the left field line. 355 to the corner and left. 353 to the corner and right. 400 to straightaway center at famous Wrigley Field. 368 to the alleys. No visible green ivy on the vines just yet. It's brown.
That, and it's game time. Time to crack open a Yingling. After 196 years, the wait is over. Yingling is finally available here in Illinois. Look for it at your favorite bar or store. Yingling, the oldest brewery in America. And I got to meet some of the Yingling people today as we were going around the neighborhood, Mitch Rosen and I. So very nice to meet them and great to have them on Cubs Radio.
The 1-1, Suzuki takes inside for a ball, 2-1. His first inning is powered by Invesco QQQ. Let's rethink possibility. Invesco Distributors Incorporated. Short lead by Happ at first. Nothing game. Here comes the 2-1 way outside. Let's see if Suzuki gets something to hit now. There's a slight breeze blowing in from center. It's one of those days, it's going to be hard to hit homers, but if you get all of one, you can drive one out of here today.
The straight left field and straight right field shot would be the best scenario for the home run ball.
The 3-1. He jammed him and pops it up. Pop up to the right side, a rise. The first baseman makes the catch. Pretty good sinking fastball in on the hands, and that's out number 2. And the batter is Michael Busch.
Yeah, that good two-seamer running in. He'll run that one up there about 92 miles an hour. And as always, their speed gun is powered by Xfinity. Stream sports from the best seat in the house with Xfinity because it's only live once.
I had forgotten that. I'm glad you reminded me of how that commercial ended.
Glad I was able to bring that to you, partner.
Michael Busch takes low and inside. Great to be back here, Ron. This is such a tremendous facility. It brought back memories to me of the very first home opener I covered back in 1996. The Padres were also the opposition that day. Here's the pitch inside to Michael Busch. The Cubs ended up winning that game. Mark Grace had a single inside third down the left field line against Trevor Hoffman.
Oh, wow, yeah.
And it was an extra inning win for the Cubs many, many years ago. Seems like it was last week. Swing and a miss by Busch. And the count 2-1. I was working with Ron Santo at that time. Harry Carey.
I was going to say, Harry was with you too, right?
Harry Carey and
innings?
Steve Stone were the television announcers that day. Now the 2-1 on the way. Busch takes low and in. Busch had a game-winning home run against these Padres a year ago. It was a ninth inning walk-off way up into the seats in right center. Certainly one of the biggest moments of Michael Busch's young major league career. And now the pitch. Busch pops it up foul and out of play. I'm looking at the shoes of the second baseman, Jake Cronenworth. They are green, but they almost look like they would glow in the dark.
Yeah, I would agree to that. Now, would those be a pair of shoes you would feature at the news compound?
Maybe at a party. But
a party. Those are party shoes. There's no doubt about that. Yeah, that's a party when you put those babies on.
Here is the 3-2 now to Michael Busch from Vasquez. Ball 4, he walked him. Vasquez making a lot of pitches. Ron, when you played and you get into a situation like this, you're the 5th or 6th man to come up in the inning and the pitcher has already made 20 to 25 pitches. Did you have any particular approach?
I did. I would really zone in on a spot that I wanted to hit. So for me, it would have been down and in. I wanted to look for that ball in that location. And because he was erratic, I was really going to try to, I call it keel and just getting him into your location specifically because you didn't think he would be able to throw enough strikes and you might get one right where you want it.
Dansby Swanson hoping to get one right where he wants it. Takes outside. 23 pitches now from Randy Vasquez, and the inning isn't over yet. 2 men on, 2 down. Happ at second, Busch at first. Swanson hitting .222. Dansby takes inside. It's 2-0. And immediately run. That's an issue when it's this chilly, this cold. It's hard to get the exact grip that you want on the ball as a pitcher, and many times it leads to wildness.
Yep, I would agree. Your body stays fresh, but your fingertips get cold.
Inside ball 3. Now, would you dare give Dansby the green light on 3-0 here?
That would be something you would really want to know from Dansby, whether he really likes hitting 3-0 or not. Vasquez has not really come close with a pitch yet in this at bat to Dansby.
The 3-0. Swanson takes inside. It almost hit him. Ball 4. So back-to-back walks. The bags are now loaded. Walks to Cubs batters. Sponsored by It'sNotAGameIllinois.com. Remember, a walk is free. A DUI is not. Drive sober or get pulled over. Nico Hoerner due up.
Now, this is a situation where in Sacramento, it seemed like every time the Cubs put a couple men on, someone came up with the big hit to drive in the runs. And now, you're really looking for Nico to come up with that big hit. After this meeting, Vasquez is going to be locked in on just trying to get ahead in the count. I would assume Nico will probably get that cut fastball. Has been his best pitch over his career. It'd be a great pitch for Nico to try to shoot the other way into right center.
Ruben Niebla, the pitching coach for San Diego, wearing a brown jacket with yellow sleeves, has returned to the dugout, and now Nico steps in. The pitch to Hoerner, way outside, ball one.
That was the cutter, but it missed by a foot.
It is now a 27-pitch ordeal for Vasquez in the first. Bases full of Cubs. And the 1-0. Hoerner will take a ball that bounces in there, and it rolls away from Maldonado, but not far enough for any advance by the runners. But now it's 2-0, and that's at least 7 in a row in which he's missed the strike zone.
Well, that was a two-seamer. That one went the other way. It was not the cutter, and it hit Maldonado right in the thumb.
Runners lead at all three stations. Scoreless game, first inning. Hoerner takes the strike, taking all the way. And that actually makes a lot of sense.
Absolutely.
When you think about it.
Dan, he didn't come close to Dansby with 4 straight pitches and then 2 in a row to Nico, so that's 6 straight.
Outfield straight away. The next pitch. Ball 3 upstairs. 3-1. Now what's your approach?
I always was a guy who, when I left the on-deck circle, I was ready to hit. I would probably be taking here because he hasn't come that close. Fans are ready for baseball here at Wrigley Field, I'll tell you that.
Everyone is standing, or just about everyone. 3-1 on Hoerner. Base is loaded, 2 down, no score, bottom of the first. Listen to this place. Ball 4, Cubs lead 1-0. He tried a breaking ball and missed by 2 feet low and away. That surprised me.
Well, it goes back to what you see in a scouting report in looking at film today, earlier this morning. He has the most confidence in that cutter. Well, right now, I don't think he has the feeling, to your point, in his fingers, and he doesn't have a release point. That last pitch missed by 2 feet.
Cubs lead 1-0. Here's Pete Crow Armstrong. Fans still standing as Pete takes a strike. The RBI for Hoerner, his 4th of the year. RBI sponsored by Old National Bank, where relationships and results matter. Get old. Old National Bank. Crow Armstrong fouls it away, 0-2.
The last pitch took a little off. One's a cutter. It's usually 88 miles an hour, 87, somewhere in that range. That was the slider, and that's at 80 miles an hour down and in Pete.
Big at-bat for Crow Armstrong right now. Bush has a big lead over a third. He's 25 feet down the line. Bouncer back to the mound, fielded, and the throw to first in time. So Vasquez gloving the one hopper. The final out goes 1-3. Cubs get a run on 1 hit, leave 3 at the end of 1. Cubs 1, Padres 0. This is The Score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
The Cubs play here with Hall of Famer Pat Hughes and All-Star Ron Coomer on the Cubs Radio Network.
It's Spring Black Friday at the Home Depot, which means big deals on all the flowers and plants you need to make a big difference around your home this spring. Like 1 quart perennials, now on special buy, 3 for $10, was $5.98 each. These cold-tolerant flowers are perfect for early spring planting. And give all your container plants the foundation they need for success with 0.75 cubic foot Miracle-Gro garden soil, 5 for $10. Tackle projects this spring with help from the Home Depot. Shop 14 days of savings during Spring Black Friday now through April 16th.
Bosch's innovative power tools make you feel like a Bosch. Like when you pile drive screws and bolts with the 2-in-1 impact driver, you'll feel like
Macho Man Randy Savage. Oh, yeah.
Or when you powerfully blast through concrete with the Bulldog rotary hammer, you'll feel
like I have the power.
And when you make buttery smooth cuts with the Glide Miter saw, you'll feel
Scoobity-bee-bop smooth, baby.
What he said. With expertly engineered power tools, the more you Bosch, the more you feel like a
Bosch.
When something happens to your car, you might say,
My car.
but what you really need to say is something that can actually help.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
And just like that, State Farm is there to help you file your claim right on the State Farm mobile app. So just remember, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
State Farm, Bloomington, Illinois.
Top 2, 1-0 Cubs. Second inning brought to you by Sea Glass Wines, developing crisp, refreshing flavors that hit every time. Huh?
Okay, Zach Zaidman will be working with Ron in the 5th inning. He'll be chiming in every now and again. And Zach, one thing I noticed looking at the games around the big leagues today, a lot of other home openers taking place, as Bogarts will take the 1-0 pitch in there for a strike. Usually this is the only game going on around the major leagues, but that's not the case today.
Now, a couple of games in progress as we speak, Pat. Wilyer Abreu with a solo home run. Red Sox lead the Cardinals 5-0 now. Top of the second at Fenway. Top 5 in Detroit. The Tigers leading the White Sox 5-1. Kerry Carpenter has gone deep for Motown.
Having a little issue with PitchCom device. I think the crowd got so loud it ran the batteries dead. Yeah.
The home plate umpire Shane Levensparger today. Nate Tomlinson, the umpire at first. The crew chief working down at second base. That's Mark Wegner and Bruce Dreckman, the impartial arbiter over at third. Walks to Cubs batters. Another reminder, it's sponsored by It'sNotAGameIllinois.com. Remember, a walk is free, a DUI is not. Drive sober or get pulled over. Xander Bogaerts will foul it away. Xander without a home run, hitting .227. Jackson Merrill on deck, and then Yuli Gurriel. San Diego took 4 of the 6 against the Cubs a year ago, winning 2 of 3 in both cities. And now the 1-2. Drilled in the air, deep left center, back toward the wall. That ball is going to be caught by Crow Armstrong. Great play considering the wall and the elements from Pete Crow Armstrong. Ran over, under control, made a running catch as he collided with that wall. And he's okay. Fine play.
Excellent jump, and Pete, the key is getting to the area as quick as possible and then being able to somewhat slow down enough to where you're not slamming into the wall to where you're going to get hurt. Excellent play by Pete Crow Armstrong in center. That's a big out.
I thought that ball might leave the yard when he first hit it.
Yeah, I did too. I was just hoping it was going to stay in the yard, and then Pete Crow Armstrong just ran it down.
Jackson Merrill hit .292 as a rookie a year ago. Lefty against lefty. Merrill takes outside. We're going to call that the tough play of the game. Excellent catch by Pete Crow Armstrong. The tough play of the game is sponsored by Loyola Medicine. Loyola Medicine defines tough. Great to have them back again on Cubs Radio. Thanks to Loyola Medicine. Here's the 1-1 fouled away. 1-2. Merrill had 24 homers a year ago, Ron. Drove in 90. And one of the things I was impressed with, I saw his games played 156.
Yep,
That's a
go.
full slate for a rookie ball player.
That is right. For a manager to have that kind of confidence in a player to play that much, that's pretty impressive.
Here comes the 1-2. Lifted to left. This ball is going to be playable for Happ over near the line. Still drifting. And Happ makes a nice running catch. Jumping into the sidewall. hanging on to it. I believe it was ruled a foul ball by Bruce Dreckman, the third base umpire, but another exceptional defensive play.
Well, with the wind blowing in from center field, those slicing shots to either foul line are really getting it blown towards the foul lines or the foul pole. Ian stays with this ball. This ball's 25 feet fair in the grass before the wind starts taking it over towards the wall.
Two nice defensive plays by the outfielders. The catch of the game is sponsored by Catch Des Moines. Discover a weekend getaway in Des Moines where only the S's are silent. Find all the fun at CatchDesMoines.com. Fly ball to center, routine for Crow Armstrong. He's got it. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Shota Imanaga. We go to the bottom of the second. Cubs 1, Padres nothing. This is the score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey Cubs fans, it's Ian Happ. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
It's Spring Black Friday at the Home Depot, which means big deals on all the flowers and plants you need to make a big difference around your home this spring. Like 1 quart perennials, now on special buy, 3 for $10, was $5.98 each. These cold-tolerant flowers are perfect for early spring planting. And give all your container plants the foundation they need for success with 0.75 cubic foot Miracle-Gro Garden Soil 5 for $10. Tackle projects this spring with help from the Home Depot. Shop 14 days of savings during Spring Black Friday now through April 16th.
This Bosch 2-in-1 impact driver rules.
Oh, yeah!
That couldn't have been
Macho Man Randy Savage indeed. Yeah, a.k.a. you're in a Bosch. I'm a macho manifestation of that feeling you get when you use that 2-in-1 impact driver.
Oh, yeah?
Nah, say it with your chest, brother. Oh, yeah!
Oh, yeah!
Well, we'll work on that.
The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a
Bosch.
When you find a deal on your favorite thing in the McDonald's app and order it, does that technically count as online shopping? Save money with the app. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
At participating McDonald's, prices may vary.
Buying a new car might make you say things like,
I can't believe it.
Seriously, it's ours?
Is this real life?
Move it!
Yeah, it's real life, all right.
but what you really need to say is something that can protect your new ride.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Yep, we're here to help you choose the coverage you need. So just remember, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
State Farm, Bloomington, Illinois.
Guys, Friday, April 18th is Jackie Robinson Day. Fans who purchase tickets at Cubs.com/specials will receive a Jackie Robinson and Cubs hat. Be here for it. Pat?
That's when every ball player will wear number 42. Bottom of inning number 2. Cubs lead 1-0. A bases loaded, base on balls to Nico Horner, forcing in the game's only run so far. Randy Vasquez missing inside to Matt Shaw. And the pitch to Matt. Fly ball, shallow right. Coming in to make the catch is Fernando Tatis Jr. And that's out number 1. The batter is Miguel Amaya.
One thing about this outfield for San Diego, Merrill in center and Tatis. Yeah, Lockridge, they got some guys that can run. And that Tatis character out there right, he can really go get him for a right fielder.
Miguel Amaya off to a very good start, hitting .300 with 7 runs batted in. Had a 5 RBI game against the Arizona Diamondbacks. Here comes the 1-0 pitch to Miguel. Pop fly foul, right side. It's going to get out of play. A limited amount of foul territory space at Wrigley. Great to be back here, though. Just a special facility, Ron. It's got a magical quality to it. And no matter how many games you see here, you always look forward to getting back and having a new season get underway.
Yep, there is an energy here at Wrigley that is unmistaken.
Amaya taps it foul to count 1-2.
And I think all ballparks do, but then there are a few that are just a little extra special, right? When you come to Wrigley Field for opening day or any ball game, these day games to me also add to it.
And you get a little taste of all kinds of weather throughout a full season at Wrigley. It'll start to warm up soon. Here comes the 1-2 to Miguel. Swing and a miss. Strike three. A breaking ball got him. 2 down. But it definitely plays two different ways. If the wind is blowing in and it's cool, and if it's warm and the wind is blowing out, it is a completely different feeling and different ball game that you watch.
Yeah, you really have to have two mindsets as a hitter here at Wrigley. You've got to try to stay away from the high fly ball as a hitter on days like today and really kind of stay on top of the ball and drive the ball down, as that pitch missed wide to Ian. And then when the wind is blowing out, you really want to elevate everything you can and get it in the air.
Here comes the 1-0 to Ian Happ from Randy Vasquez. Fastball in there for a strike. Vasquez, after that laborious first inning, is up to 42 pitches, and we're only in inning number 2. Happ scored the game's only run after singling. His opposite field single to left in the first, and then he scored on the bases loaded walk to Horner. And the 1-2 pitch is on the way. Low and outside. Just getting started in some weekend of baseball between these two teams. All 3 games begin at 1:20 in the afternoon. Matthew Boyd against Nick Pivetta tomorrow. Happ hits this one foul off to the left. Ben Brown against left-hander Kyle Hart on Sunday, and then the Texas Rangers come in Monday night, Tuesday night, and next Wednesday afternoon.
Be interesting to see how the Airborne Rangers do this year.
Happ will swing and miss, strike 3 to end the inning. Cubs do nothing against Vasquez. It's on to inning number 3. Cubs 1, Padres nothing. This is The Score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
The Cubs play here with Hall of Famer Pat Hughes and All-Star Ron Coomer on the Cubs Radio Network.
It's Spring Black Friday at the Home Depot, which means big deals on all the flowers and plants you need to make a big difference around your home this spring. Like 1-quart perennials, now on special buy, 3 for $10, was $5.98 each. These cold-tolerant flowers are perfect for early spring planting. And give all your container plants the foundation they need for success with 0.75 cubic foot Miracle-Gro Garden Soil 5 for $10. Tackle projects this spring with help from the Home Depot. Shop 14 days of savings during Spring Black Friday now through April 16th.
Bosch's innovative power tools make you feel like a Bosch. Like when you pile drive screws and bolts with the 2-in-1 impact driver, you'll feel like
Macho Man Randy Savage. Oh, yeah.
Or when you powerfully blast through concrete with the Bulldog rotary hammer, you'll feel
like I have the power.
And when you make buttery smooth cuts with the Glide Miter saw, you'll feel
Scoobity-bee-bop smooth, baby.
What he said. With expertly engineered power tools, the more you Bosch, the more you feel like a
Bosch.
You're a fixer, a sprucer-upper, a home service pro. So why waste time buried in admin and paperwork? Get back to what you love with Jobber, the all-in-one tool that fits your entire office in your back pocket. Start your free trial today at jobber.com.
Buying a new car might make you say things like,
I can't believe it.
Seriously, it's ours?
Is this real life?
Move it.
Yeah, it's real life, all right.
but what you really need to say is something that can protect your new ride.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Yep, we're here to help you choose the coverage you need. So just remember, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
State Farm, Bloomington, Illinois.
Cubs leading the Padres 1-0. Top 3, 44 degrees and cloudy. Time and temperature sponsored by Circa Sports Illinois. Bet like the pros and download the Circa Sports app today. Huh?
Shota Imanaga, Zach, has set down the first 6 San Diego batters. He'll face Jake Cronenworth, and he pumps a fastball in there for a strike, 0-1. Shallow at third is Shaw. Cronenworth, a good ball player. He's had a lot of big hits. Left-handed hitter. He's got some pop. And the pitch on the way. Chopped slowly toward first. Charging. Picking as Bush steps on the bag. Out number 1. The first 7 in a row have been set down by Shota. And the batter is Brendan Luckridge.
And we're coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth. Proud ETF partner of the Chicago Cubs.
We need a station break. We will oblige the network stations as soon as we have a chance. And the pitch to Lockridge is swung on and missed. Third inning, Cubs lead 1-0. Lockridge, wide open stance, feet spread wide apart. And the pitch, swing and a miss, 0-2.
Good high fastball there. All reviews of this game are sponsored by Northwestern Medicine. Second opinion is always a good idea. Get yours at Northwestern Medicine.
And the 0-2 from Shota. Lifted to right, pretty well hit. Back goes Tucker, lots of room. Kyle will make the catch. And that is out number 2. 10 seconds right here for Station ID. This is The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Listen to the Cubs game in FM quality at 104.3 HD2 FM on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network. We are WSCR Chicago, WBMX HD2 Chicago, and Odyssey Sports Station.
Great to be back with the excellent engineer, Paul Zarang, at the controls here at Wrigley. Here's a deep fly ball to left. This is going to be trouble down the line, hooking in the corner, and that ball is going to be gone for a home run. Martin Maldonado, the catcher, pulling one right down the line and left. It landed in the basket, and this ball game is tied 1-1.
Well, the one thing about Maldonado, he's always had issues, keeping his average up. Great catcher, great thrower of the baseball. But if you leave a pitch in the inside part of the plate, a fastball, he can hook it. He's got some pop, and he hits one in the basket, and they kind of down that left field line.
Game tied at 1. Maldonado's first home run of the year. And the batter is Fernando Tatis Jr. We're going to play the Benny's Beverage Depot attendance game. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking. I'll go ahead and get us started today.
All right.
And the next offering, line to center. That's a base hit past a diving corner. Good try by Nico, diving on the edge of the outfield grass. Missed it by a foot. I'll guess 40,404.
Okay.
Tatis likes to run. You got to keep an eye on him in a spot like this. And I think, Ron, in general, when you're expecting a low-scoring game, stolen bases become a very big deal.
Absolutely.
Luis Arraez at the plate. Throw to first. Almost caught him leaning the wrong way.
Stolen bases, walks become a big deal. Making plays, playing error-free baseball, whether it be physical or mental errors. You really got to play clean baseball. One mistake can cost you a ball game.
The pitch to Arraez, low and away. You might see a few more bunts on days like today. You try to see guys hit behind runners to advance them.
Yeah, a little small ball could come into play a little bit. Yep. I will guess 40,400 today. Oh, you're 404.
Boy, very, very close to this reporter. Here's
easy, Jack. You just got it.
I missed the count 1-1. I thought there were rules.
I will go 40,004. We'll take the 400 out of it. That's what I mean.
But your guess is always palindromic. Here's a swing and a foul off to the left out of
To be honest with you, I wasn't quite paying attention to what I wrote down for you, and I just was somewhere around there, and I just took the middle 4 out. Just real simple.
That's fine.
Yeah.
It works for me, sort of. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Luis Arraez.
I'm going to go 40,200.
So we're all in that same general vicinity.
And the maestro, Paul Zarang, our world-famous engineer, has just handed me an index card, 39,222.
Here comes the 1-2 from Shota Imanaga to Luis Arraez. A little looper, shallow center, going out and making the catch is Dansby Swanson to end the inning. But the home run by Martin Maldonado ties the game. We go to the bottom of the third. Cubs and Padres 1-1 on The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Cubs fans, it's Dansby Swanson. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
It's Spring Black Friday at the Home Depot, which means big deals on all the flowers and plants you need to make a big difference around your home this spring. Like 1-quart perennials, now on special buy, 3 for $10, was $5.98 each. These cold-tolerant flowers are perfect for early spring planting. And give all your container plants the foundation they need for success with 0.75 cubic foot Miracle-Gro garden soil, 5 for $10. Tackle projects this spring with help from the Home Depot. Shop 14 days of savings during Spring Black Friday now through April 16th.
No, this Bosch miter saw really is smooth.
Feeling smooth.
Who said that?
It's your inner Bosch, baby. I'm that scoobity-bebop smooth feeling you get when you make smooth cuts with that moobity-mibbity-mibbity-mubbity miter saw.
So I'll just keep ski-bop sawing then?
Now you're getting it. Beep-bop, beat-up, wow, miter saw is my
The more
favorite.
you Bosch, the more you feel like a
Bosch.
When something happens to your car, you might say,
My car.
but what you really need to say is something that can actually help.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
And just like that, State Farm is there to help you file your claim right on the State Farm mobile app. So just remember, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
State Farm, Bloomington, Illinois.
Kyle Tucker is on deck for the Cubs. Who's on deck is brought to you by TimberTech Decking and Railing. Everything wood should be. Visit TimberTech.com. Pat?
Bottom of inning number 3, Zach, thank you. Kyle Tucker first up takes a fastball strike from Randy Vasquez. Vasquez came over from the Yankees in the trade that saw Juan Soto traded away from the Padres back in December of 23. Here's the 0-1. It's outside for a ball. That was a 7-player trade. Soto spent just the 1 year with the Yanks before becoming a free agent and signing an enormous contract with the Mets this past offseason. Here's a pitch in there for a strike, 1-2. Nobody in the Cubs starting lineup has more than 2 career at-bats against Vasquez, so there's not much familiarity between the Padre pitcher and the Cubs hitters. Here's the 1-2 on the way. Fastball just outside. Looked like Leivensparger, the home plate umpire, was just about to pump out that right arm, and he said, nope, I don't think so.
Yeah, the last pitch close, just off the plate away. The pitch before that was a backdoor hook, and that was a little down. Tucker didn't like the last pitch before last call.
2-2 hit on the ground up the middle, backhanded by Cronenworth. Flips over to first in time, and that's going to be the first out in the inning. Game tied at 1 in the third. Here's Seiya Suzuki.
Now, as you said, going into the ball game, Seiya, very confident hitter, really swung the bat well in Sacramento. 3 home runs, swung the bat. Just a very confident guy. Opposite field homer, one to left, one to center, one to right.
Suzuki hits one in the air to right, slicing towards foul territory, and this is going to drift back out of play.
Say will be our designated hitter today. We'll see him hit that DH role a lot. Designated hitter sponsored by BBQ Authority. Visit BBQ Authority in Lisle.
Suzuki popped out to first in the first. Cubs scoring on a bases-loaded walk drawn by Nico Horner. Martin Maldonado's homer tied the game in the top of this third inning. Suzuki takes a bender outside. Always some oddities early in the season when you look at the standings. How about Atlanta, a World Series champion within the last few years? There's a swing and a smash. Third base caught by Machado. Machado kind of lunging to the side, really didn't want any part of that liner, but since he had a glove on his hand, he was obligated to make the play. Yeah. And he made the catch, and that's out number 2.
I don't think Machado saw that ball real well, to be honest with you. He didn't react right away. And that low line drive hit to the third baseman sometimes can get lost in the crowd, in the shirts of the crowd.
Michael Busch will take a strike. 1-1 game, bottom of the third. Nobody on. And now Vasquez coming back 0-1. A little pop fly, shallow right center. Cronenworth out. Coming in as the right fielder, Tatis, making the catch with those long strides. Man, he can chew up the real estate in a hurry. 3 up, 3 down. We go to the 4th inning. It's the Cubs 1 and the Padres 1. This is The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Take the Cubs with you in the Chicagoland area on the free Odyssey app. We are the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
At Enterprise, we know you're constantly on the move. Getting this?
Thanks, Mom.
Fixing that. You reach a destination. And then it's on to the next. And when life is moving at the speed of, well, life, Enterprise is right there with you. Around the corner and around the globe. We'll keep you moving forward. Enterprise. For lives in drive.
Free Fries Friday. 3 great words, especially in that exact order. Get a free medium fries with $1 minimum purchase. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Valid one time on Fridays at participating McDonald's through 12/31/25. Excludes tax. Must opt into rewards.
It's Spring Black Friday at the Home Depot, which means big deals on all the flowers and plants you need to make a big difference around your home this spring. Like 1-quart perennials now on special buy, 3 for $10, was $5.98 each. These cold-tolerant flowers are perfect for early spring planting. And give all your container plants the foundation they need for success with 0.75 cubic foot Miracle-Gro garden soil, 5 for $10. Tackle projects this spring with help from the Home Depot. Shop 14 days of savings during Spring Black Friday now through April 16th.
Bosch's innovative power tools make you feel like a Bosch. Like when you pile drive screws and bolts with the 2-in-1 impact driver, you'll feel like
Macho Man Randy Savage. Oh, yeah.
Or when you powerfully blast through concrete with the Bulldog rotary hammer, you'll feel
like I have the power.
And when you make buttery smooth cuts with the Glide Miter saw, you'll feel
Scoobity-bee-bop smooth, baby.
What he said. With expertly engineered power tools, the more you Bosch, the more you feel like a
Bosch.
Time for the out-of-town scoreboard, sponsored by Citgo. Club Citgo can save you money every day. When you start with Citgo, you're good to go. The Tigers leading the White Sox 6-1. Bottom of the 6th inning in Detroit. Kerry Carpenter, a home run. Other action, the Red Sox leading the Cardinals 5-1. Bottom of the 3rd inning, Trevor Story with a 3-run shot.
Manny Machado with a count of 1-0 leads off the 4th inning in a 1-1 game. Swings and misses, Zach, and the count's 1-2.
Those are the only 2 games that are currently underway, along with this one here at Wrigley Field, Pat.
Shota coming back to Machado, the big right-handed batter, and he'll take a little bit high for a ball. Scoreboard says 2 balls and 1 strike.
4th inning sponsored by Wintrust, home of the exclusive Cubs debit card. Member FDIC, EHL lender.
Now the 2-1, swing and a miss, and it's 2-2. Talking about some of the standings and the oddities early in the year. Atlanta 0-7. Didn't see that coming.
No.
How about the American League Central? 4 different teams are 2-4. Fly ball, shallow right. Should be an easy play for Tucker. It is. He's got it. And that's out number 1. Game tied at 1 in the 4th, and the batter is Xander Bogaerts. But Kansas City, Detroit, Cleveland, and Washington, all with records of 2-4. Minnesota 2-5. How about Cincinnati, Ron, becoming the first team since 1960 to lose 3 consecutive games by a 1-0 score.
How about that?
So odd. The last team that suffered that, the Phillies of 1960. Swinging a foul off to the right and out of play. Last night, Nestor Cortez of Milwaukee pitched 6 shutout innings against Cincinnati, which was a dramatic improvement on his first game against the Yankees last weekend. Nestor Cortez of Milwaukee against the Yankees gave up home runs on the first 3 pitches he delivered.
Wouldn't you bounce pitch 3 with a breaking ball just to change it up?
Well, and when the third batter is Aaron Judge, and you've already given up homers to the first two guys, I don't throw one even near the strike zone.
Yeah,
Do you?
Here, good luck hitting this one. I'm bouncing it in the dirt.
Here's the 2-1 now to Xander Bogaerts. Xander flied to deep left center his first time. He hits a pop fly into shallow center. Here comes Pete Crow Armstrong on the run, makes the catch. He gets a very quick jump on the ball, Ron.
Yeah, he really does. You talked about Tatis chewing up some real estate in the outfield, making a nice play to end the inning and right for the Padres. Pete Crow Armstrong, he can flat out cover some ground in center field. And on a day like today, you love having these outfielders go get the ball, because with the wind blowing in, it's going to hang up there. And Shota doing a very good job of pumping high fastballs in there, getting fly ball.
Fly ball to left center in the gap, base hit, one hop to the ivy. And sliding into second with a double is Jackson Merrill. It's a 2-out, 2-bagger. There are 2 outs in the inning. The first out was sponsored by Xfinity. Stream sports from the best seat in the house with Xfinity, because it's only live once.
Well, that's how you got to hit the ball in Wrigley Field with the wind blowing in the way it is today. You got to get on top of the ball and drive it into the gap. High fly balls, usually on today, unless you're a really strong guy, routine fly ball.
Yuli Gurriel stands in. The Padres run, I've noticed, they've become very aggressive against Shota, swinging early in the count. Just these last 4 or 5 hitters, they've almost all been jumping on that first one. Here comes the 1-0 now to Gurriel, swinging a foul back. Maybe they don't want to wait around for the splitter.
That's right. Well, what they're doing is, it seems to me, different guys are sitting on different pitches. And as soon as they get it, they're hacking at it. It looked like to me Machado in his first at-bat was not being fooled at all by the split finger, and the Cubs started going up in the zone with the fastball. I've seen some other guys that first pitch heater, they're swinging, even if it's borderline.
The 1-1, big chop to third, charging, gloving is Shaw, guns to first to get him. No runs and a hit, a man left. Middle of inning number 4, Cubs 1, Padres 1. This is the score, and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs Talk with Spiegel and Holmes on your ride home. Afternoons 2 to 6 on the Score.
It's Spring Black Friday at the Home Depot, which means big deals on all the flowers and plants you need to make a big difference around your home this spring. Like 1-quart perennials, now on special buy, 3 for $10. Was $5.98 each. These cold-tolerant flowers are perfect for early spring planting. And give all your container plants the foundation they need for success with 0.75 cubic foot Miracle-Gro garden soil, 5 for $10. Tackle projects this spring with help from the Home Depot. Shop 14 days of savings during Spring Black Friday now through April 16th.
When you own a small business, everything is personal, like how you connect with customers. Upswell can help make more new connections with direct response marketing services that target the right people. Upswell, more customers, period. Visit upswellmarketing.com/radio to get started.
Bosch's innovative power tools make you feel like a Bosch. Like when you pile drive screws and bolts with the 2-in-1 impact driver, you'll feel like
Macho Man Randy Savage. Oh, yeah.
Or when you powerfully blast through concrete with the Bulldog rotary hammer, you'll feel
like I have the power.
And when you make buttery smooth cuts with the Glide Miter saw, you'll feel
Scoobity-bee-bop smooth, baby.
What he said. With expertly engineered power tools, the more you Bosch, the more you feel like a Bosch.
At the UPS Store, we help you step up your shred game because we're here to help you be unstoppable. That's why we partner with a leader in document destruction. So rest assured, your documents are handled with the utmost care and your private info stays private. So say goodbye to paper piles and hello to secure shredding. Most locations come Leon. Product, services, pricing, and hours of operation may vary. See Center for details. Shredding services and bids are provided by Iron Mountain on an as-is basis. Visit the upsstore.com/shredding for full details. The UPS Store. Be unstoppable. Come into your local store today.
League Leaders are sponsored by American Sail. Bring the fun home. Boston outfielder Wilyer Abreu leads the majors in batting average, hitting .500. 2 players tied with 5 home runs to lead the Bigs, Aaron Judge and Eugenio Suarez. And Judge, the RBI leader with 15. O'Neal Cruz is the leader in stolen bases with 6. He's the shortstop / center fielder for the Pirates.
Dansby Swanson first up, swings and fouls it back. The only question I would have is, will your success continue?
Well, he did hit a home run today.
What's his last name again?
Wilyer Abreu.
1 ball and 1 strike on Dansby. Here comes the pitch on the way. Wrapped on the ground to short, scooped up by Bogarts, and one shortstop throws out the other. 1 down. Cubs got their run in the first. Padres got their run in the third. It's tied at 1 in the fourth, and the batter is Nico Horner.
Well, in between innings, we had a chance to see on the big screen the great Cubs Hall of Famer, Billy Williams. Sweet swinging Billy. He's in the ballpark today. Hawk and Rhino. Rhino threw out the first pitch, and Lee Smith.
Rhino looking good.
Yep. Fergie and our Hall of Famer here also. You had to work, though. We put you to work. You couldn't go down there in the field and hang out with the other HOFers. You had to hang out here. No blue jacket for you today. You had to be here. And, it's opening day. You got to work, partner.
And happy to be doing so, Ron, I might add. Yeah. 1 ball and 1 strike on Horner.
And that fifth inning, if you want to go down there and hang out with, those guys with the blue jackets, you're more than welcome. But you got to be back somewhere around the 6th inning.
It's a bouncing ball toward them, and that's going to be a tough play for Cronenworth. A jump throw to first, and he gets him. Billy always says, I might need a couple of weeks to get ready. 3 up, 3 down. Zach will join Ron in a moment. It's a 1-1 game. Cubs and Padres in the Cubs home opener on the Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Chicago Cubs memories are made right here with Pat, Ron, and Zach on the Cubs Radio Network.
When you find a deal on your favorite thing in the McDonald's app and order it, does that technically count as online shopping? Save money with the app. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
At participating McDonald's, prices may vary.
The Ego Power Plus Savings Event is on at Lowe's. Right now, get a free Select Ego 56-volt battery with purchase of a Select trimmer, blower, or mower kit. That's a $299 value. Plus, shop today for new and exclusive items you need for your lawn. So get ready for spring with the latest in innovation from Ego, the #1 rated brand in cordless outdoor power. Only at Lowe's. We help, you save. Offer valid through 4/16. Selection varies by location while supplies last.
At the UPS Store, we shred away your worries and your sensitive documents. Shredding services and bins are provided by Iron Mountain on an as-is basis. Most locations are independently owned. Visit the upsstore.com/shredding for full details. The UPS Store. Be unstoppable. Come into your local store today.
When you buy a new house, you might say,
"Shut the front door."
Winning.
No, seriously. Shut the front door. We own this house now.
But you actually need to say,
"Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there."
That's right. The local State Farm agent is there to help you choose the coverage you need.
Welcome to my crib. No one says that anymore, but I don't care.
So just remember, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
State Farm, Bloomington, Illinois.
Top 5 at Wrigley Field. The Cubs and Padres tied at 1. We're coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth, proud ETF partner of the Chicago Cubs. Jake Cronenworth at the plate. First pitch from Shota Imanaga is in there for a strike. A slider that spins into the zone. 0-1 on Cronenworth. The number 7 hitter in the San Diego order. Grounded out to first in his first at-bat. The next pitch by Imanaga is fouled back off the screen. 0-2, another slider from Shota. Cubs struck first. Nico Horner drawing a bases-loaded walk in the first. And the Padres tied it up in the third on a solo shot into the basket in left by former Cub Martin Maldonado, the Padres catcher. Imanaga works his motion. Here comes the 0-2. That's up high to Cronenworth.
Yeah, I'd say really the only, Shota's only left a couple balls in the middle of the plate. And the only pitch that really he's had to pay the price for was that pitch to Maldonado. He threw a fastball inside and somewhat down, but in the strike zone, and that's in the one real sweet spot of Maldonado.
Line drive base hit down the right field line. This will roll all the way to the track. Cruising into second base with a stand-up double. A lead off the 5th inning for the Padres, Jake Cronenworth.
Now, Cronenworth, as Pat has talked about, very good player. This breaking ball. We don't see Shota throw a lot of hooks, but that one was a hook that ended up right in the middle of the plate, about belt high, and Cronenworth hooked that ball down, as you said, Z, down in the corner. So now the Cubs are going to play in a bunt defense here and try to cut down the run at third. Bushy playing way in on the grass.
Brandon Lockridge at the plate, shows bunt, punts it toward the third base side, fielded by Shaw. Quick throw to first in time. Horner covering the bag. Sacrifice bunt successful for Brandon Lockridge. Advancing to third on the play, Cronenworth marked that one down 5-4, one away. The first out, sponsored by Xfinity. Stream sports from the best seat in the house with Xfinity because it's only live once.
Excellent bunt by Lockridge. This is exactly how you draw it up. You want your hitter to bunt this ball and make the third baseman field the ball. And there is no play at third base. So now the Cubs will play the infield in a 1-1 ball game here with Shota on the bump. Now
we have a pitch clock violation on the batter, Maldonado. 0-1 the count.
I think it's on the pitcher.
The pitch to Maldonado is a called strike on the outside corner.
I think it was on Shota. He was pointing at the pitcher.
Yeah, you're right. The scoreboard says 0-2.
Yeah, I
but
think
you're
it counts 1-1.
Yeah, correct. The
Yeah, there
scoreboard's
we go.
wrong, not you.
Yeah.
So 1-1 the count with Maldonado at the plate. Cronenworth at third, one away. The pitch, he's swinging away. Ground ball hit to short, fielded by Swanson. He's coming home, and now they've got Cronenworth in a rundown between third and home, and he's tagged out by Shaw. 2 away. Maldonado safe at first.
But it's the one thing that if you're Shota, you're really trying hard, as they showed bunt on the first pitch, you're trying hard to run something off speed down and away to the right-handed hitter to get him to roll over the ground ball, whether it goes to short or to third. That's exactly what Maldonado did. Great play by Swanson. Took his time, threw a strike. Cubs get the rundown and get the out at the plate. Great play.
Fielder's choice, 6-2-5. Man at first, Fernando Tatis Jr. at the plate. He swings, a bouncing ball hit to third, fielded on a high hop by Shaw. Throw to second in time for the force. And Imanaga works out of the mini jam there here in the top of the fifth. Middle 5, 1-1 game. Cubs and Padres on the score in the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Listen for great Cubs guests all season long on the score, official radio home of the Cubs.
Check the back seat. Check the back seat.
Gets in your head, right? Good, because every year dozens of children are forgotten in the back seat. Cars get hot fast and can be deadly, so get it in your head. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
It's Spring Black Friday at the Home Depot, which means big deals on all the flowers and plants you need to make a big difference around your home this spring. Like 1 quart perennials, now on special buy, 3 for $10, was $5.98 each. These cold-tolerant flowers are perfect for early spring planting. And give all your container plants the foundation they need for success with 0.75 cubic foot Miracle-Gro Garden Soil, 5 for $10. Tackle projects this spring with help from the Home Depot. Shop 14 days of savings during Spring Black Friday now through April 16th.
This Bosch 2-in-1 impact driver rules. Oh, yeah! That couldn't have been. Macho Man Randy Savage indeed. Yeah, a.k.a. you're in a Bosch. I'm a macho manifestation of that feeling you get when you use that 2-in-1 impact driver. Oh, yeah? Nah, say it with your chest, brother. Oh, yeah! Oh, yeah! We'll work on that. The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a Bosch.
At the UPS Store, we shred away your worries and your sensitive documents. Shredding services and bins are provided by Iron Mountain on an as-is basis. Most locations are independently owned. Visit the upsstore.com/shredding for full details. The UPS Store. Be unstoppable. Come into your local store today.
On Saturday, April 19th, the Cubs take on the Diamondbacks at 1:20 in the afternoon. The first 10,000 early arriving fans will receive a Pete Crow Armstrong bobblehead presented by American Airlines. Be here for it. Visit Cubs.com/tickets. And the bobblehead commemorates PCA's inside the park home run against the Marlins on August 23rd, 2024. Matt Shaw leads off the last of the fifth by looking at a strike from Randy Vasquez, a slider that spins into the zone, 0-1. And if you're wondering, yes, PCA wore number 52 when he hit that home run. So he'll have that on the bobblehead. The pitch Line drive to left, coming in Lockridge, and he makes the catch. One away as Shaw is retired. It'll bring up Miguel Amaya. 1-1 game, Cubs and Padres here in the bottom of the fifth.
Now both pitchers throwing the ball well. Guys have put some pretty good swings on the ball, but, this weather, we knew this is going to be one of those games where you got to keep the ball out of the air. You got to hit line drives. So far, only a couple balls have been hit where, they've changed the ball game, and the Cubs scored on a walk. So Cubs need to get the offense going, only one hit.
Yeah, a leadoff single by Ian Happ in the first. Miguel Amaya looks at a slider for a strike, 0-1. Vasquez deals. The next pitch, foul back off the backstop to the right. 0-2. Mully and Haw talk Cubs baseball and Chicago sports every weekday morning from 5:30 to 10 on 670 The Score and the Odyssey app. We had a chance to see David Haw this morning. He stopped by in the booth. He's everywhere.
Yeah, I talked with those guys this morning at 8, every Friday morning, but I had a chance to talk with them this morning.
Amaya swings, hits one in the air, deep center field, going back Merrill at the track near the wall, the wind knocking it down, and he makes a backhanded catch just short of the wall for out number 2.
That one had the sound. That's one of those that you hit in the air, and it's crunched straightaway center. And you wait and see where it's going to come down, and it comes down one step in front of the ivy, right in front of the hitter's background. Great at bat, great swing. Result, frustrating.
That wind.
Wind not blowing hard, but, it's a combination of the wind blowing in a little bit and cold weather.
Ian Happ lines one to left. That's hit number 2 on the afternoon for the Cubs, both by Ian. A 2-out base hit here in the bottom of the 5th inning with the Cubs and Padres tied at 1.
Ian, you can tell he's just looking to beat the shift and keep the ball out of the air. That was an on-top swing, stay above the ball and drive down through it, and he just slices that line drive to left field. His second hit of the game, the Cubs' second hit only, both of them to the other side of the field.
So 2 down, Happ at first, and now the dangerous Kyle Tucker at the plate. 0 for 2 today. The pitch in there for strike. Vasquez going with a cut fastball, 0-1. All opponent pitching changes are sponsored by Sloan Official, water efficiency partner of the Chicago Cubs, and leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Visit sloan.com. Now the 0-1. Tucker looks at a ball inside, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Here's where you'd like to see Tucker get one of those cutters or a little slider inside, down and in. See if he can hit a line drive bullet. He would be a guy that could reach that 368 mark in a gap in right center. He can hit some long line drives. He's got a chance of reaching the seats.
Vasquez is ready. Here's the pitch. Inside almost hit Tucker. 2-1. Cut fastball. The center fielder Merrill is playing Tucker the other way toward left center. There's a big hole in right center field.
That could be an indication of how they're really going to pitch Tucker. Might throw him inside, but just for show, well off the plate and then pitch him away.
The pitch. A swing and a tap foul at the plate on a curveball, 2-2. One game, Cubs and Padres. Happ at first base, having a conversation with the new Cubs first base coach, Jose Javier. Tucker hitting at .308 on the season. 4 home runs, 11 RBIs. Left-handed batter hits out of a crouch. Tucker waits. The 2-2. In the dirt. Blocked by the catcher Maldonado, so Happ stays at first. That's a changeup from Vasquez.
Lefties in the career against Vasquez hitting almost .320. Righties, .233, and that is strictly because of him throwing the sweeping, breaking ball, the slider, the cutter, everything trying to stay away from the righties, and that's usually means good things for the lefty.
Time called. Tucker taps home plate with his bat. Steps out of the box, takes a practice swing, and He's ready. Padres not defending third with the infield shift. And the 3-2. Just outside for ball 4. And Tucker heads to first. Cubs with a little bit of a 2-out rally here in the 5th. Now men at first and second, and Seiya Suzuki 2 up.
Maldonado tried to influence that pitch, could not. As they thought it was a strike, it was off the plate just away, a little backdoor hook. And Tucker gets his base. And another trip to the mound for pitching coach of San Diego.
Ruben Niebla. I think the Padres bought the fake by Maldonado because he got up and they thought it was strike 3. Only problem was the home plate umpire, Shane Leibensparger, wasn't fooled by what Maldonado tried to do. So the Cubs have men at first and second with 2 away. They're in the last of the 5th. Seiya Suzuki will stand in. Suzuki is 0 for 2. A pop-out and a line-out.
Well, this meeting on the mound, this was about strategy. You know, in the scouting report against Seiya, I got to believe Seiya's going to have to hit a breaking ball away if he's going to get anything to hit. It's going to be a spinner. And if he can get one of those that hangs, one of them cutters that hangs, he can drive one to left or left center. If not, he's going to have to use the other side of the field.
Happ at second, Tucker at first. 2 down. Suzuki stands in, powerful right-handed batter, extends the hands high out over home plate. Vasquez deals. And Suzuki looks at a ball outside, a slider that missed. 1-0.
I'd love to see Vasquez throw that slider right at Suzuki. That means it would end up right in the middle of the plate.
Vasquez looks at second and deals. That pitch on the outside corner for strike. Went with a cutter, 1-1. Here with 2 away. Suzuki waits for the 1-1. Here it comes. Chopped foul up the third baseline. Ball fielded by Quentin Berry, the new Cubs third base coach. He throws the ball into the stands for a souvenir. Wind blowing in here at Wrigley Field. Temperature around 45 degrees. Gray skies overhead. The pitch. Up high. 2 balls and 2 strikes, the count on Suzuki. Seiya with 4 home runs and 11 RBIs this season. Vasquez looks at second. A long set and the pitch. Outside, full count.
Vasquez trying to throw that cutter and trying to hit that outside corner. He just pulled it a couple times well outside. He threw one that was right at the top of the zone for a strike. And here come the Wrigley Field fans. They want to see some action here at Wrigley.
Seiya's ready. The payoff pitch. Outside, ball 4, and the Cubs have the bases loaded.
Excellent at bat for Seiya. Did not chase that slider away. And that, I believe, is going to be all for Vasquez. Good at bat for Seiya. Took some swings, but did not chase that slider.
Left-hander Yuki Matsui has been warming up in the Padres bullpen. And San Diego manager Mike Schilt making the walk out to the mound. Asks for the baseball. He gets it from the starter Vasquez. His day is done. We've got a pitching change here at Wrigley Field. All opponent pitching changes are sponsored by Sloan, official water efficiency partner of the Chicago Cubs and leader in smart water and commercial restroom solution. Visit Sloan.com. Bottom 5, bases loaded, 2 away. Michael Busch 2 up, 1-1 ball game. Cubs and Padres on the score in the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Listen for great Cubs guests all season long on The Score, official radio home of the Cubs.
It's Spring Black Friday at the Home Depot, which means big deals on all the flowers and plants you need to make a big difference around your home this spring. Like 1-quart perennials, now on special buy, 3 for $10, was $5.98 each. These cold-tolerant flowers are perfect for early spring planting. And give all your container plants the foundation they need for success with 0.75 cubic foot Miracle-Gro Garden Soil 5 for $10. Tackle projects this spring with help from the Home Depot. Shop 14 days of savings during Spring Black Friday now through April 16th.
Bosch's innovative power tools make you feel like a Bosch. Like when you pile drive screws and bolts with the 2-in-1 impact driver, you'll feel like
Macho Man Randy Savage. Oh, yeah.
Or when you powerfully blast through concrete with a Bulldog rotary hammer, you'll feel
like I have the power.
And when you make buttery smooth cuts with the Glide Miter saw, you'll feel
Scoobity-bee-bop smooth, baby.
What he said. With expertly engineered power tools, the more you Bosch, the more you feel like a
Bosch.
Sometimes it feels like the world is moving at hyperspeed and you can't keep up because it's one thing then another. And don't forget the meeting and the yoga class and the dinner reservation. But then you get into the all-new Nissan Murano and you feel the breeze from the panoramic moonroof while the massaging seats melt away the tension of the day. And you realize that sometimes the greatest rush is not rushing at all. Shop the all-new Murano at nissanusa.com. Panoramic moonroof massaging leather appointed seats are available features.
Alongside Ron Coomer, Zach Zaidman with you. Bottom of the fifth inning here at Wrigley Field. The home opener, Cubs and Padres tied at 1. But the Cubs are threatening. They got the bases loaded with 2 away. Cleanup man Michael Busch is due up. But the Cubs have sent out pinch hitter Justin Turner to make his Wrigley Field debut as a Cub. With a new left-hander on the mound, Yuki Matsui. 4 appearances this season. He has not allowed an earned run.
Now Craig Counsell electing to go with Turner here right in the middle of the ball game, knowing you got the bases loaded. And this is your shot to really use Turner in a great spot to change the ball game.
Matsui works on the third base side of the rubber. High leg kick and pitch. And Turner takes a ball outside, 1-0. In the Cubs' last series in Sacramento against the A's, Turner had a pinch hit RBI single, his first hit as a Cub.
Turner does an excellent job. He's got good pop in his bat, as we know, but can use the other side of the diamond with runners in scoring position.
The 1-0. Turner swings and fouls it back off the screen, 1-1. That was a fastball from Matsui.
Wind's starting to pick up here a little bit at Wrigley. And if you're a hitter, you just probably don't look at it. It's blowing straight in.
Turner waits. And now the 1-1. Up high, 2 balls and a strike.
This guy makes the pitcher work. He's got a great eye at the plate, always has. And if you make a mistake, he can launch one on you.
Turner, an upright stance. Very little bend at the knees. The 2-1 by Matsui. Ground ball hit to deep short. Backhanded by Bogarts for the second. Not in time! Coming in the score, Ian Happ. And the Cubs take the lead. 2-1 over the Padres here in the 5th.
That's going to be a base hit. That's just good speed by Suzuki. Beating the throw to second base. Cronenworth stretches out like a first baseman, fields this ball. He may have a chance to get the out at first base if he throws the first, but he does not. He just comes off the bag after fielding it, and he is safe at second. Cubs take the lead. Big play once again for the Cubs.
Pinch hit RBI single for Justin Turner. Cubs still have the bases loaded. Dansby Swanson at the plate. A 2-1 lead over the Padres here in the 5th. The pitch. A swing and a miss by Swanson. 0-1. Splitter from Matsui.
Like, great job by Suzuki at first base to get a big walking lead at first. And as he was on the move with the swing. Great job by Suzuki to beat that throw.
Now the 0-1 delivery. Swanson swings and fouls it out of play off to the right. 0-2. Dansby's 0 for 1 today with a walk. Second pinch hit RBI single for Turner this season.
Turner running down the line. He knew that he's got to keep running because if they don't get the out at second, they can keep the wheel to first. They did not, and he drives into Cubs' second run.
The 0-2. Swanson, it's a pop fly. Right side slicing foul out of play. So the count remains 0-2. Tucker's at third, Suzuki at second, and Turner at first. Wind blowing in here at Wrigley Field. Swanson calls time, steps out of the box, having a brief conversation with the home plate umpire, Shane Livensparger.
Well, what he's talking about is the pitcher, Matsui, is not giving him time to get set in the box, and he is set before Swanson is looking at him, so that will not be an official timeout from Swanson.
So now we're ready for the resumption of play. Matsui sets at the belt. The left-hander with a high leg kick and pitch. That's in the dirt, smothered by the catcher Maldonado. Padres appeal. As Dansby had a check swing, no swing on appeal, says Nate Tomlinson, the first base umpire. So the count is 1-2. 2-1 Cubs. Bases loaded, bottom 5 here at Wrigley Field, a home opener. A first of 3 games against the Padres. Swanson waits for the 1-2 delivery. Here it comes. A ground ball hit to third. Oh, it's booted by Machado. Coming in to score, Tucker. 3-1 Cubs here on the 5th.
That'll be E5 on Machado. He goes, this ball's hit hard to his left. 2 steps, he reaches out, kind of goes, pushes at the ball a little bit, which he does at times, but he's got such great hands, it usually doesn't matter. But this ball does not hit in his glove cleanly, and he pushes it forward. It rolls out of his glove, and the Cubs score their second run on the error by Machado.
Now Nico Horner stands in. Bases still loaded. Matsui kicks and fires. Called strike on the outside corner, 0-1. He went with a fastball. Suzuki at third base, Turner at second, Swanson at first. Infield back for the Padres. Horner waits for the 0-1 delivery. A long set, and the pitch by Matsui. Line foul into the camera well along the third base line.
I was going to say, be good for Nico to sit on that ball away and shoot this ball the other way. How about sitting on one inside and just smoking one over the Cubs dugout?
That'll play too, right?
Yeah, he hits a line drive in a gap anywhere. I'm good with it.
Nico's 0 for 1 with a walk and an RBI. Here's the 0-2 delivery. Low and outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. The count on Horner.
All this started with 2 outs. A line drive bullet off the bat of Shaw. And now a fly ball, and then Cubs have scored 2 runs.
1 ball, 2 strikes with the bases loaded and 2 away. 3-1 Cubs, and they're looking for more. Matsui deals. Horner swings, and it's a pop fly down the right field line, slicing foul out of play. There's a slider, and he went the other way. Yeah, you're right. Happ started the rally with 2 away, a single the other way, and back-to-back walks to Tucker and Suzuki before Turner delivered with a pinch hit RBI single.
The walks on days like today, killers.
Matsui sets at the belt. High leg kick. Here's the 1-2. And a pop fly, shallow right, angling toward the line. Tatis, and this one slices foul out of play. So Nico putting up a good battle here against the left-hander, Yuki Matsui. San Diego came in with the top bullpen in baseball. A team ERA of 0.68 in the pen. And the Cubs have scored twice here in this 5th inning. One ball, 2 strikes. Bases loaded. Horner waits. Matsui deals. Bounced foul off to the left.
A little off-speed pitch, and Nico just stays alive. Just rolls this ball towards the Cubs dugout.
So here we go again. 1-2 the count. Horner digs in. Right-handed batter stands deep in the box with the bases loaded. A long set by Matsui and the pitch. Hot fly, shallow right center field. Coming in, Tatis, he's under it, and makes the catch for out number 3. But a productive fifth for the Cubs. They scored twice to take the lead. 3-1 Cubs over San Diego as we head to inning number 6. On the score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Cubs fans, it's Nico Horner. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
It's Spring Black Friday at the Home Depot, which means big deals on all the flowers and plants you need to make a big difference around your home this spring. Like 1-quart perennials, now on special buy, 3 for $10, was $5.98 each. These cold-tolerant flowers are perfect for early spring planting. And give all your container plants the foundation they need for success with 0.75 cubic foot Miracle-Gro garden soil, 5 for $10. Tackle projects this spring with help from the Home Depot. Shop 14 days of savings during Spring Black Friday now through April 16th.
Oh, this Bosch miter saw really is smooth.
Feeling smooth.
Who said that?
It's your inner Bosch, baby. I'm that scoobity-bebop smooth feeling you get when you make smooth cuts with that moobity-mibbity-mibbity-mubbity miter saw.
So I'll just keep ski-bop sawing then?
Now you're getting it. Beep-bop, beat-up, wow, miter saw is my
The more you
favorite.
Bosch, the more you feel like a
Bosch.
Sometimes it feels like the world is moving at hyperspeed and you can't keep up because it's one thing then another. And don't forget the meeting and the yoga class and the dinner reservation. But then you get into the all-new Nissan Murano and you feel the breeze from the panoramic moonroof while the massaging seats melt away the tension of the day. And you realize that sometimes the greatest rush is not rushing at all. Shop the all-new Murano at nissanusa.com. Panoramic moonroof massaging leather appointed seats are available features.
Cubs have the lead as we go to inning number 6. Shota Imanaga gave up the home run to Martin Maldonado back in the 3rd inning. That's his only blemish of the day, however. Cubs 3 runs on 3 hits. Padres 1 run on 4 hits. Luis Arraez will take a strike, 0-1. These are always key innings, Ron, right after your team has given you the lead. This is an important inning to keep the momentum on your side. Here comes the 0-1. Arraez swings and misses, 0-2.
Yeah, and Imanaga has been able to pitch out of some trouble. You know, not a lot of it, but, you know, last thing, leadoff double. But he has thrown strikes, right? He has been around the strike zone all game long.
And the next pitch to Arraez just outside. Arraez has grounded out and popped out.
The other thing that I've noticed for Shota today, how about his pace, right? The pace in between. I mean, he's getting it and throwing it. And in cold weather, your defense is going to play better for you when you do that.
The next pitch bounced toward the middle. Going to be a tough play. Backhanded by Horner. Jump throw to first to get him. Beautiful play by Nico, playing second base these days. Went up the middle. I like the footwork, Ron.
Yeah, it's a great play by Nico. We know, he didn't start the spring training. He was inactive and trying to get his arm back into shape after a little elbow surgery. And obviously his arm is good because that's going to be the toughest throw he's going to make all season. Is that one going up the middle that you got to throw all the way back across the diamond? He makes that play look easy, and it is not.
One away, Manny Machado, the batter. Cubs lead 3-1. Machado pulls it foul. 0-1. Machado has struck out and flied to right. Imanaga trying to improve to 2-0 on the young season. Here's the 0-1. Check swing. That might be a strike. No swing, says first base umpire Nate Tomlinson. Very close.
I'd like to see that replay. That black bat theory might have been, yeah, he swung.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And now the 1-1 to Machado. Fouled away. 1-2, Ron.
We always felt that it was much more difficult for the third base or first base umpire to see the swing with a black bat as opposed to a lighter colored bat. And I kind of agreed with it, playing the corner infield.
And the 1-2, taken high for a ball. We got the dark bat, the dark shirt also.
Yeah, right?
Does that play a factor?
It sure, I would agree. But I've always thought that was the case. It made it just a little more difficult for the umpires to see the swing.
Now the 2-2. Swing and a miss. He got him. One of his best fastballs of the day. He strikes out Machado for the second time. One away, sixth inning. Cubs lead 3-1. Make it 2 away here in the sixth inning, and the batter is Xander Bogaerts.
Well, we saw that swing. That's 2 good fastballs for strikeouts against Machado. One up and in the strike zone for a called strike 3. This one up and away from Machado for strike 3.
Xander Bogaerts, the batter. Bogaerts twice has flied to center. The first one was caught on the warning track by Pete Crow Armstrong, one of the best defensive plays of the day. First pitch, a strike. Shota Imanaga coming back. Drilled to deep left. Back goes Happ on the warning track. Makes the catch up against the wall to end the inning. Bogaerts' deep drive hauled in by Happ. 1-2-3 inning for Shota. Middle of inning number 6. Cubs 3, Padres 1. This is the score in the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Chicago, this is Kyle Tucker. Pat and Ron call every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Lowe's knows a good deal goes a long way. So right now, you can get up to 40% off select major appliances. Plus, save up to $300 when you purchase 2 or more select GE kitchen appliances, $396 or more. Explore more great deals now during Springfest at Lowe's. We help, you save. Valid 4/3 through 4/16. Selection varies by location. While supplies last, exclusions apply.
It's Spring Black Friday at the Home Depot, which means big deals on all the flowers and plants you need to make a big difference around your home this spring. Like 1-quart perennials now on special buy, 3 for $10, was $5.98 each. These cold-tolerant flowers are perfect for early spring planting. And give all your container plants the foundation they need for success with 0.75 cubic foot Miracle-Gro Garden Soil 5 for $10. Tackle projects this spring with help from the Home Depot. Shop 14 days of savings during Spring Black Friday now through April 16th.
Some people follow the rules, I break them. I'm Soraya, and on Rule Breakers, we talk to the rebels who do things their way. Listen to Rule Breakers with Soraya on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Sometimes it feels like the world is moving at hyperspeed and you can't keep up because it's one thing then another. And don't forget the meeting and the yoga class and the dinner reservation. But then you get into the all-new Nissan Murano and you feel the breeze from the panoramic moonroof while the massaging seats melt away the tension of the day. And you realize that sometimes the greatest rush is not rushing at all. Shop the all-new Murano at nissanusa.com. Panoramic moonroof massaging leather appointed seats are available features.
Pete Crow Armstrong is on deck for the Cubs. Who's on deck is brought to you by TimberTech Decking and Railing. Everything wood should be. Visit TimberTech.com. Huh?
All right, Zach, thank you. Pete Crow Armstrong waiting for Yuki Matsui. Here's a bunt foul. He's trying to drag that one and then scamper down the line, but it fouled it back over the screen. Cubs 3 runs on the same number of hits. Padres 1 run on 4 hits. Cubs trying to extend their winning string to 4 in a row and trying to make it 6 of their last 7. Pete Crow Armstrong takes a strike. Game number 10. Cubs started with the Dodgers, those 2 games in Japan, then split 4 in Arizona last weekend before sweeping the Athletics. And now the 0-2 on the way to Crow Armstrong. He's showing bunt and bunts it foul, and that's going to be strike 3. He saw the third base line was wide open, and he tried to bunt with a count of 0-2 and fouled it away, and that's strike 3.
Yeah, it's one of those plays where, you know, if it works, it looks great because the field is vacated. But if it doesn't, you're giving up a swing of the bat. And it ended up bunting it foul, and that ends up being a strikeout.
Mike Schilt, the manager for the Padres, is going to make a pitching change, bringing in a right-hander to face Matt Shaw. Cubs leading 3-1. Pitching changes by the opposition, sponsored by Sloan, the official water efficiency partner of the Chicago Cubs and leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Visit sloan.com. Cubs 3, Padres 1. We'll be back right after this on The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Start your mornings with Cubs Talk. Mully and Haw, mornings 5:30 to 10 on The Score.
There's nothing better than watching the game live. And with Xfinity Sports and News TV, you can stream over 50 live channels for $150 less than YouTube TV per year. From game time to prime time. It's the local channels you love, the news channels you need, and the sports channels you can't live without. History-making moments aren't going to wait for you, and replays never do it justice. So get Xfinity Sports and News TV today for all the live action you could want. Plus, you can save even more with Peacock Premium. A $7.99 a month value included at no extra cost. Xfinity Sports and News TV. The live TV you love with savings you'll love even more. To learn more, go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Restrictions apply. Savings compares Xfinity Sports and News TV at $70 per month to YouTube TV at $82.99 per month.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID. You are listening to The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Talk Cubs with us on Spiegel and Holmes, 2 to 6, afternoons on The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network, WSCR Chicago, WBMX HD2 Chicago, and Odyssey Sports Station.
Matt Shaw will be the first man to face Alex Jacob, a right-hander, kind of a sidewinder, tall and slender, all arms and legs. First pitch is a strike. Shaw has flied to right and line to left. Cubs on top, 3-1 in the 6th inning. One away, nobody on. Next pitch, line, caught by the shortstop Bogarts. Bogarts dropping down to his knees to make that catch over near the hole on the left side. Hard hit ball, but it's out number 2. And here comes Miguel Amaya. The 4th of April. Boy, this has been a great day in baseball history. For one thing, it was 31 years ago today that Tuffy Rhodes had 3 homers against the Mets on opening day. All 3 against Dwight Gooden.
Yeah, I remember that.
Cubs would lose the game.
How about that?
1974, Henry Aaron hit home run number 714 to tie Babe Ruth. It came in Cincinnati at old Riverfront Stadium. 3-run homer in the first off Jack Billingham. Our good friend Marty Brenneman made that call on Reds radio. It was his first game, if you can imagine. And in his first inning of his first big league game, he's calling Henry Aaron hitting number 714.
That's, well, if you're going to start, that's a good way to start out a big league career.
And he made a great call. Here's the 2-1 dribbled foul toward third.
Now, let me ask you a question
Yes.
about that. Being a long-time play-by-play guy and a Hall of Fame play-by-play guy like Marty, would you be nervous knowing that your first call, like you're just starting out your big league career, knowing that this is one of the most historic moments in baseball history?
Oh, you're well aware of it. Deep fly ball to left center, but it's playable from Merrill. And that's going to end the inning. 1-2-3. Cubs do nothing in the 6th. It's on to inning number 7. Cubs 3, Padres 1. This is The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Marshall Harris here. We're talking Cubs middays 10-2 on The Score, official radio home of the Cubs.
No, this Bosch miter saw really is smooth.
Feeling smooth.
Who said that?
It's your inner Bosch, baby. I'm that scoobity-bebop smooth feeling you get when you make smooth cuts with that moobity-mibbity-mibbity-mubbity-miter saw.
So I'll just keep ski-bop sawing then?
Now you're getting it. Beep-bop, beat-up, wow, miter saw is my
The more
favorite.
you Bosch, the more you feel like a
Bosch.
Sometimes it feels like the world is moving at hyperspeed and you can't keep up because it's one thing then another. And don't forget the meeting and the yoga class and the dinner reservation. But then You get into the all-new Nissan Murano, and you feel the breeze from the panoramic moonroof, while the massaging seats melt away the tension of the day. And you realize that sometimes the greatest rush is not rushing at all. Shop the all-new Murano at nissanusa.com. Panoramic moonroof massaging leather appointed seats are available features.
So what's a trip to Indiana really like? It's feeling the roar of 33 engines at the Indy 500 and hiking sandy dunes where the sky feels endless. It's a quest to the world's only superhero museum and going on a safari from the comfort of your car. It's digging into a pork tenderloin sandwich that's 5 times bigger than its bun and paddling through the mist on Pachoka Lake. It's anything but ordinary in Indiana. Plan your trip at inindiana.com/spring.
Top 7 here at Wrigley Field. And it's the Cubs with a 3-1 lead over the Padres. We're coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth, proud ETF partner of the Chicago Cubs. Pat?
Jackson Merrill first up, 7th inning. First pitch missing high and inside. Merrill has flied to left and doubled. Lefty against lefty. Imanaga's pitch fouled away. Good fastball, late swing. Well, we were talking about Henry Aaron hitting home run number 714 on this date way back in 1974. Doesn't seem possible. That's 51 years ago today. The next pitch swung on and missed. To get him back to answering your question, Marty Brenneman, a first-year Reds announcer, made a great call on Reds radio. I think Milo Hamilton would have been on Atlanta radio for that game. And he made a great call on number 715, Milo. Here comes the 1-2 to Merrill. Fouled away off to the left. I think there are certain calls that are, they're going to be famous historically for your own organization. Yeah. And then in that case, that's famous for Major League Baseball.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So that's a whole different category. But yes, you're aware of those and the possibility that you might be making that call. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that's out number 1. And you think about it, and you never try to plan out, because it could be a line drive homer, it could be a towering homer, it could just barely get out. Mm-hmm. It could be an inside the park home run, or it could be a tape measure job. So you don't want to think about exactly the way you're going to call it. Just react to the moment like you do on every other play.
Right.
I think that would be the best approach, in my opinion. Yuli Gurriel will take a strike, 0-1. It's time to name the hardest working player of the game. Now Shota coming back to Gurriel. Fastball is taken down low for a ball. Hardest working player of the game, brought to you by Bosch Power Tools. And now the 1-1 to Gurriel. A little nubber foul over the screen. Ron, I've heard you say this many times, and I'm starting to see what you mean. Okay. The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a Bosch.
Oh, wow, yeah.
I think we'll all be saying it before too much longer. Here comes the 1-2 from Shota to Gurriel. Fastball is high. Shota's pitch count 79. He's got very good control, and that generally allows him to work deep into games. It's those long counts. Swing and a miss, strike 3. But it's guys who are always 3-2 and 2-2 on virtually every hitter. Those are the guys that only last 4 or 5 innings.
Yep, I would agree. Let's see what's on tap here in the 7th inning, sponsored by Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. And what's on tap in this inning is Shota with 2 punch-outs to start off the inning.
Jake Cronenworth, the batter, lefty to lefty. He'll take a strike. First out in the inning, brought to you by Xfinity, Stream Sports from the best seat in the house. That's what we've got right up here at Wrigley, because it's only live once. Now the 0-1 to Cronenworth. Strike 2 called. He is just filling the strike zone with pitches right now.
Shota's feeling it. There's no doubt. He knows his night could be coming to somewhat of an end. The fans feel it. He's got 2 punch-outs already here in the 7th.
Here comes the 0-2. Just a little bit outside. Shane Livensparger, home plate umpire. He's done a good job behind the plate today, and he made the right call on that one. It was just an eyelash outside. And now the 1-2 to Cronenworth. Low and outside, bouncing away from Amaya. 2-2. Still chilly. 46 degrees at game time. The wind chill probably in the 35 neighborhood, I would guess. And now the 2-2. Check swing. Did he go? No swing. Bruce Breckman down at third said no swing. It appeared that he made the right call. Haven't seen a replay just yet.
Yep, he made the right call. Bruce Breckman, longtime veteran umpire.
And the payoff. Pulled on the ground toward first slowly and fair. Unassisted play from Michael Busch. A quick 1-2-3 inning for Shota Imanaga. It is time for the 7th inning stretch. Sponsored by the new Volvo XC90. Designed for life. Cubs lead 3-1. And here are some Cub Hall of Famers to sing. We'll identify them after the song.
We ready? 1, 2, 3. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Something that's a Cracker Jack. I don't care if we get back from for the Cubs. It is a shame for this one. Respect your crowd. Oh, yeah. All right. Kaboom.
Hey, Cubs fans, it's Justin Steele. Listen to every game here on Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Lowe's is the destination for Ego outdoor power equipment this spring. See what's new and exclusive, like the 17-inch string trimmer with Line IQ technology that auto-feeds to save you time, and the 22-inch Select Cut self-propelled mowers with a multi-blade system for precise cutting. Shop Ego Days, happening now during Spring Fest at Lowe's. We help, you save. Selection varies by location while supplies last.
At the UPS Store, we shred away your worries and your sensitive documents. Shredding services and bins are provided by Iron Mountain on an as-is basis. Most locations are independently owned. Visit the upsstore.com/shredding for full details. The UPS Store. Be unstoppable. Come into your local store today.
Sometimes it feels like the world is moving at hyperspeed and you can't keep up because it's one thing then another. And don't forget the meeting and the yoga class and the dinner reservation. But then you get into the all-new Nissan Murano and you feel the breeze from the panoramic moonroof while the massaging seats melt away the tension of the day. And you realize that sometimes the greatest rush is not rushing at all. Shop the all-new Murano at nissanusa.com. Panoramic moonroof massaging leather appointed seats are available features.
All reviews in this game are sponsored by Northwestern Medicine. A second opinion is always a good idea. Get yours at Northwestern Medicine. Huh?
All right, Zach. Cubs on top 3-1. Ian Happ will lead off against Alex Jacob, and he'll take high for a ball. 1-1, bottom of the 7th inning. The Padres, without a loss this year, they were a perfect 7-0 on their first homestand. Cubs trying to knock them off. The 1-1 to Happ, nubbed foul off the end of the stick. Cubs trying to climb 2 games above 500. These two teams will play tomorrow and Sunday, both at 1:20. Go to Cubs.com for ticket info. And now the 1-2. Happ will hit a pop fly left side. Might be playable for Machado over near the stands. Machado makes a very nice catch with the palm face up He was approaching that side wall and knew he had to slow down and made a very nice play. He's just got a lot of skill.
Yeah, he really does. This can do a lot of things. And the other thing, too, when you don't realize out Machado until you get down on the field is how big he is. He is a big dude. Really is. Big, strong guy.
Probably 6'4", 6'5", maybe about 225 pounds.
At least 225. Yeah, he's a big guy.
Kyle Tucker checks in. Great to see the Hall of Famers sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" as Tucker swings and misses. Lee Smith, Fergie Jenkins, Billy Williams, Andre Dawson, and Ryan Sandberg singing the 7th inning stretch. Here comes the 0-1. Outside, Tucker has flied to center, bounced to second, and drawn a walk and scored a run. Cubs scoring in the game, a bases-loaded walk drawn by Nico Horner in the first. Outside for a ball.
See, now they all sung the 7th inning stretch, and you with the golden voice, see, it's such a good singer, you get to do it solo.
Well, go ahead and make me an offer, and I'll be there, Ron. Here comes the 2-1 pitch on the way. Swinging a miss.
Oh, you're going to get your chance. Oh, trust me, it's coming.
Coming up soon?
Oh, usually. Yeah, usually. Uh-huh.
Normally what happens, somebody cancels out.
I know the feeling.
They give you a call
both been there. Yeah.
About 3 in the afternoon. Pat, can you do us a favor tonight? Maybe. 3-2 now on Kyle Tucker.
Mm-hmm.
It seems that Kevin Costner has canceled out of the 7th inning stretch tonight, so could you do the same? Fouled away down the right field line.
Kevin Costner, huh?
His first name I could think of.
Yeah, it's a good one. Yeah.
He had a few good films.
I believe he's got some baseball ties with his movies.
He does?
Mm-hmm.
And the 3-2 from Alex Jacob. And the pitch on the way. It's outside for ball 4. Tucker draws his second walk. And here is Suzuki. Cubs leading 3-1 in the bottom of the 7th inning. Cubs are right in the meat of their order. The meat of the order presented by Chef IQ Scents. Never under or overcook your food again. Purchase now at chefiq.com. Seiya checks and takes a slow curveball in there for a strike. Now, Ron, you're a restaurant owner.
Yeah.
I think you might be in the market to purchase some of those Chef IQ Scents machines. Swing and a miss by Seiya.
Well, I have done that, and they're called just chefs.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. We have 6 of them that are full-time at CUBS Corner, and that way Ron doesn't have to screw up any of it.
See, this is more of the human being touch.
Yes, it is, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Here's the 0-2, swinging a foul back. And that's always one of the best ways to go, and many times the least expensive as well.
I wouldn't go that far. But it's worked out. It's worked out very well, guys. If you're listening in the kitchen, just keep it going. Pat will be in there for salmon at some point. Don't worry.
And a raise is on the way. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Check swing. It's down low. Did he go? Yes, he did. Strike 3. Suzuki out number 2. Cubs lead 3-1, 7th inning, 2 down. And the batter, Justin Turner.
Breaking ball. Or actually, a changeup from Jacob. This ball starts out in the middle of the plate and just starts boring in on Suzuki. Strike 3.
Turner had a pinch hit infield run-scoring single in the 5th inning that drove in the go-ahead run. There goes the runner, Tucker. The pitch in for a strike, stolen base. The pitch actually dropped by Maldonado, eliminating any play at second base. Nonetheless, Tucker dove in head first, not taking any chances.
Jacob with that delivery, big leg kick, and Tucker getting a huge jump. No way Maldonado was going to throw him out. So now the Cubs got 2 outs and a man in scoring position. Base hit, scores another run.
Tucker gets hit by the pitch. He got hit in the upper left arm. It did not cause great pain, apparently. He just jogs down to first. 2 men on, 2 down. Cubs lead by 2. Here's Dansby Swanson.
And stolen bases, powered by Turo Tire, Chicago's hometown tire brand. Find a dealer at aturo.com.
Time called now. I don't think this is the manager, Mike Schultz. This is not. This is the pitching coach, Ruben Niebla. So Ruben is out to see about the pitcher, Jacob.
Yeah, and this, once again, this is going to be a scouting report thing. You get 2 men on, Dansby at the plate. So this will be all about how they want to attack Dansby.
Ron walks by opposing pitchers to Cubs batters, sponsored by itsnotagameillinois.com. Remember, a walk is free, a DUI is not. Drive sober or get pulled over. Cubs with only 3 hits in the game, but it's been enough. 2 singles by Ian Happ and an infield RBI single by Justin Turner. First pitch in there for a call strike to Dansby. Swanson has walked, bounced out, and reached on an error. And that was a big play in the 5th inning when he reached on that error. Fly ball left center field. Well hit, but it's playable for Lockridge or the center fielder, Merrill. That ball started to carry, and Merrill caught it right up against the vines out near the 368 sign in left center field. That ball almost did carry out of here. The wind has been known to change at Wrigley several times in the course of a day, often. Cubs don't score. We go to the 8th inning. Cubs 3, Padres 1. This is the score in the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Take the Cubs with you in the Chicagoland area on the free Odyssey app. We are the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Lowe's is the destination for Ego outdoor power equipment this spring. See what's new and exclusive, like the 17-inch string trimmer with Line IQ technology that auto-feeds to save you time. And the 22-inch Select Cut self-propelled mowers with a multi-blade system for precise cutting. Shop Ego Days, happening now during Spring Fest at Lowe's. We help, you save. Selection varies by location while supplies last.
Sometimes it feels like the world is moving at hyperspeed and you can't keep up because it's one thing then another. And don't forget the meeting and the yoga class and the dinner reservation. But then you get into the all-new Nissan Murano and you feel the breeze from the panoramic moonroof while the massaging seats melt away the tension of the day. And you realize that sometimes the greatest rush is not rushing at all. Shop the all-new Murano at nissanusa.com. Panoramic moonroof massaging leather appointed seats are available features.
I'm Jordan Robinson, host of the new podcast, The Women's Hoop Show. Each episode, I'll be joined by a rotating group of women's basketball experts to talk WNBA, college hoops, the new Unrivaled League, and the shifting landscape of the sport. The game is growing, and so are we. Listen to and follow the Women's Hoop Show and Odyssey podcast, available now for free on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
3-1 Cubs, top of the 8th inning. This 8th inning is sponsored by Cars for Kids 877. Cars for Kids. That's cars that a kid. Donate your car today, Patrick.
Shota Imanaga still on the mound as the 8th inning begins. First pitch missing to Brandon Lockridge. Now a swing and a miss. 88 pitches. Porter Hodge throwing in the Cub bullpen just in case. Shota with another sparkling outing today. Fastball in there for a call strike. Good command pretty much all afternoon, Ron.
Boy, he really has. The fastball has been good. Very good. The split finger, he's been able to throw for a strike. He stole some strikes with the breaking ball.
And the next pitch fouled away. Still seems to have some pretty good zip on the fastball.
Now, last inning, he get 2 punch outs and then a little rollover ground ball to first. That was in the 7th. Now he's at 90 pitches, so I'm sure Craig Counsell will keep a very, very close eye on Shota.
And the 1-2 on the way. Rolled over toward first, scooped up by Turner. Unassisted play. That's out number 1.
Well, it's the thing with the fastball inside and up that San Diego has had to be accountable for, and he's thrown enough strikes. Boy, then that off-speed pitch, as a right-handed hitter, you can't account for both of them, and we've seen a lot of little off the end of the bat ground balls and swings and misses.
He has walked none, struck out 4. The attendance at Wrigley today, 40,244. 40244. And now here comes Craig Counsell. You're going to hear a thunderous ovation here in a moment because Shota is going to leave the game. And what a game he pitched again. Here it comes. Shota walking over near the third base dugout, receiving congratulations in the Cubs third base dugout. And we'll take a quick timeout. Pitching changes by the Chicago Cubs, sponsored by James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs. Porter Hodge coming in. Cubs leading 3-1 in the 8th inning on the score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Cubs fans, it's Jamison Tyone. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
At Hyundai, peace of mind comes from quality you can count on. That's why Hyundai vehicles offer advanced safety features to help you stay safer on the road, which led to Hyundai having 9 2024 IIHS top safety picks this year. Peace of mind. Visit your nearest Hyundai dealer today. Hyundai, there's joy in every journey.
Right now, get 3.99% APR for 72 months on the Hyundai Tucson. Offers end April 30th. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
Future You is using their Rapid Rewards for their next vacation. All thanks to Present You signing up with Southwest Airlines, where you earn points every time you fly. Because what's the point of points that Future You can't use? And since your Rapid Rewards points don't expire, you can save up for that big trip. Get ready to reward Future You with a future flight. Sign up for Rapid Rewards today and redeem your points on any seat, any day, anytime. Only at Southwest. All Rapid Rewards rules and regulations apply and can be found at southwest.com/RR terms.
The first out in this 8th inning, sponsored by Xfinity. You can stream sports from the best seat in the house with Xfinity because it's only live once. Now Porter Hodge and possibly others in the Cub bullpen will try to save it for Shota Imanaga. It is Shota's game to win as he gave up just the home run to Martin Maldonado back in the 3rd, a solo. For the only real damage of the afternoon. Elias Diaz pinch hitting against Hodge. First pitch in for a strike. Strikeouts by Cubs pitchers. Shota fan for Padres. Those are brought to you by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. A ball and a strike now on Elias Diaz. And the 1-1. Hit foul off to the right, out of play.
Hodge coming in throwing 96, 97 mile an hour fastballs. Ooh.
In these conditions, it probably looks like at least 10 miles faster than that.
Absolutely.
Now the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That's what you want to do. Come in and strike out the first man you face. Now there are 2 outs in the inning. Back to the top of the order for Fernando Tatis Jr.
So Hodge gets around this fastball. So what I mean is his middle finger is not throwing right through the ball. It's just a little off center. And he throws that ball, has a little bit of a cutting action, and 96.
First pitch is strike. Please stay tuned for the toast of the game presented by Benny's Beverage Depot coming up in the 9th inning. The next pitch to Tatis called strike 2. Cubs with a 3-1 lead here in the home opener. And now the 0-2. Ground ball right side. That's going to be a base hit. 2-out single for Tatis. He went the other way. Horner dove, missed it by a couple of feet. And the batter is Luis Arraez.
Is that just good piece of hitting? That's a guy who really knows how to handle the bat and not trying to pull the ball, knowing he can't, and he just sprays one the other way.
Please stay tuned for the Verizon Cubs radio postgame show. That's immediately following our game. Zach Zaidman will be the host. Here's a swing and a foul back. The host and the producer and the writer.
Yeah. And he served drinks earlier today at Sluggers. That was a lot of duties today, Z. Very nice.
Yeah, they love me down there.
Do they have a gaffer on radio? Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Fastball taken high. If they do, Zach's going to be the gaffer also.
The
What
gaffer?
is a gaffer? You know, movie, and you ever look at the movie credits?
And he says,
Gaffer.
Gaffer.
I was wondering, gaffer. What would a gaffer do? I guess you do a lot of gaffing.
Yeah.
Here comes the 1-1 to Luis Arraez, and that's outside for a ball.
Is that the guy right next to the guy doing all the boshing?
I'll say yes.
Because we got a lot of guys around here doing a lot of boshing lately. I haven't seen the guy doing the gaffing, but we've seen the boshing.
Here comes the 2-1 to Luis Arraez, and that's going to be called strike 2. 2 outs, 8th inning. Cubs leading 3-1. Another movie credit that I like is The Key Grip.
Oh, there you go.
That's what I want to be when I get older. Here comes the 2-2. Pop foul off to the left and out of play.
I had to Google it because I had no idea that the word existed. But a gaffer is the chief lighting technician.
You didn't know that?
I do now. Thanks, Pat.
It's nice to illuminate others with something about lighting. Here comes the stretch for the 2-2. Hodge deals. Swing and a foul at the plate. Arraez hit it right down off of his foot. And he hopped around in some pain. That had to hurt on a day like today.
Yeah. That couldn't have felt good. It's probably somewhere around 40 degrees right now at Wrigley, and he fouls this ball off his right ankle bone.
He's got a protective apparatus covering the lower right leg. And now the 2-2 from Hodge. Way outside and low, 3-2. Well, Manny Machado is on deck. You don't want to see Manny in this inning, because if he bats here, he's going to be the go-ahead run, and that's dangerous. Hodge wants to get Luis Arraez right now, and the 3-2 pitch on the way. Lifted to left, pretty well hit, but it's playable for Happ. He's got it. And the inning is over. The Padres do not score in the 8th inning. We go to the bottom half. Cubs 3, Padres 1. This is the score in the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Start your mornings with Cubs Talk. Mully and Haw, mornings 5:30 to 10 on the Score.
Get big savings now during SpringFest at Lowe's. Buy 2, get 1 free on select Valspar, HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams, and Cabot exterior paints and stains, starting at $39.98 via Visa gift card rebate. Start your project today with Lowe's. We help, you save. Must purchase in increments of 3 to receive discount. See rebate form for complete list of eligible products. Offer excludes clearance and mistints and can't be combined with any other offer, promotion, discount, or coupons. See Lowe's.com/rebates for more details. Valid 4/3 through 4/30.
Life is full of delicious moments, like when a big table of friends feels like a big table of family, or when the meal you made and shared brings in all the likes on your feed. That's why Carando offers premium meatballs, delicious, savored meatballs made with real Italian flavors, to help you savor the big and small moments that make life so good. Carando, life is delicious. Savor it. For recipes and more, visit carando.com.
At the UPS Store, we help you step up your shred game because we're here to help you be unstoppable. That's why we partner with a leader in document destruction. So rest assured, your documents are handled with the utmost care and your private info stays private. So say goodbye to paper piles and hello to secure shredding. Most locations are independently owned. Product, services, pricing, and hours of operation may vary. See Center for details. Shredding services and bins are provided by Iron Mountain on an as-is basis. Visit the upsstore.com/shredding for full details. The UPS Store. Be unstoppable. Come into your local store today.
The Out-of-Town Scoreboard is sponsored by Citgo. Club Citgo can save you money every day. When you start with Citgo, you're good to go. One final on the board. The Tigers beat the White Sox 7-4. Kerry Carpenter with a pair of home runs for Detroit. Red Sox all over the Cardinals. 9-6 now in the bottom of the seventh inning. Trevor Story with a 3-run home run for Boston. The Mets lead the Blue Jays 2-0. Top of the sixth in New York. Pete Alonso with a 2-run home run.
Nico Hoerner hits a ground ball to short, scooped up by Bogarts, and his throw to first in plenty of time. Zach?
Bottom two, Pat, at Coors Field. A's and Rockies are tied at 1. The Yankees and Pirates are scoreless in the top half of the second inning at PNC Park.
Zach, thank you. It's time now to see how we did with our guesses for the Penny's Beverage Depot attendance game. Again, Zach Zaidman is the winner. As Pete Crow Armstrong checks in to face the left-hander, Wandy Peralta. Wandy missing inside for a ball. This guy's a hard thrower. That was 96 mph. Wandy elects to always work out of the stretch. This ball is popped in the air, shallow center, going out. Bogarts makes an easy catch, 2 down. Cubs have led 3-1 ever since the fifth inning. It is Shota Imanaga's ball game to win. I do see Ryan Presley is throwing in the bullpen. Whether it's he or Porter Hodge to remain in the game remains to be seen.
I would guess that if Presley is up, he would be brought into the game.
Pitching change. Go ahead, Ron. I was going to say pitching changes by the opposition, sponsored by Sloan, official water efficiency partner of the Chicago Cubs and leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Visit sloan.com. Matt Shaw making his Wrigley Field debut. Has hit the ball hard twice, nothing to show for it. He lined out to left, he lined out to short, and he also flied out to right. So he's had good cuts today, but he'd like to get a knock. 1-1 on Shaw.
You know, it's opening day for him here, you know, as a rookie in his home ballpark in Wrigley. And, yeah, you'd like to do something good today, get you a base hit here at Friendly Confines.
Elias Diaz is now catching. Wandy Peralta pitching. Told you opposing pitching changes brought to you by Sloan as the pitch is down low, and it's 2-2 on Matt Shaw. Glancing to the ninth inning, the Padres will have Machado, Bogarts, and Merrill due up. So that's the heart of their lineup. Again, the Padres without a loss. They came in here 7-0. The Dodgers are still unbeaten. The Dodgers receiving bad news, though. Freddie Freeman placed on the injured list after slipping in the shower, of all things. Hurt his ankle, and he's out for, well, ankles are kind of hard to guess how long he'll be out. You don't know about the severity of it, but it's severe enough to have him disabled. Here comes the 3-2 fouled away. It might be a week, it might be 2.
Yeah, that's right. You just don't know. He's, one of the leaders of that team, one of the, kind of the team captain kind of guy. So that's never good for a group.
Zach will bring us all up to date on the out-of-town scoreboard on the post-game show as Shaw takes outside ball 4. Now, Shaw has some running speed. Ron, you're leading 3-1. You've got the number 9 man batting. What are the chances Shaw might be running here?
I would want him to go right away. The best you can. Try to get a quick read. You've had a scouting report on him now, and you want him to get moving if you can. Get him going. Absolutely.
Walks of Cub batters, sponsored by It'sNotAGameIllinois.com as Amaya swings and misses. Illinois.com. Reminder, a walk is free, a DUI is not. Drive sober or get pulled over.
That means stream every out-of-market game live or on demand, plus stream MLB Network 24/7 for the entire season. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.TV for details. And San Diego kind of thinking the same thing we are up here in the booth. They're trying to keep Shaw close. They know he can run.
2 outs in the inning. Cubs 3, Padres 1. Cloudy and cool and breezy at Wrigley. The pitch swung on and missed. 0-2. We'll be right back out here again tomorrow at 1:20 and Sunday. Cubs and Padres, their only trip to Wrigley for the year. The runner goes, a swing and a miss, strike 3, and that's going to end the inning. It is time to fasten those seatbelts. We go to the 9th inning. Cubs 3, Padres 1 on the score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Chicago, this is Michael Bush. Pat and Ron call every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
The Ego Power Plus Savings Event is on at Lowe's. Right now, get a free Select Ego 56-volt battery with purchase of a Select trimmer, blower, or mower kit. That's a $299 value. Plus, shop today for new and exclusive items you need for your lawn. So get ready for spring with the latest in innovation from Ego, the #1 rated brand in cordless outdoor power. Only at Lowe's. We help, you save. Offer valid through 4/16. Selection varies by location while supplies last.
Sometimes it feels like the world is moving at hyperspeed and you can't keep up because it's one thing then another. And don't forget the meeting and the yoga class and the dinner reservation. But then you get into the all-new Nissan Murano and you feel the breeze from the panoramic moonroof while the massaging seats melt away the tension of the day. And you realize that sometimes the greatest rush is not rushing at all. Shop the all-new Murano at nissanusa.com. Panoramic moonroof massaging leather appointed seats are available features.
Hey, it's Jim Costa with Cash the Ticket. Mike Valeni and I are all over the tournament again this March. Breakdowns of every region and every game, who are the Cinderellas, and which team's cutting down the nets. Subscribe and listen to Cash the Ticket on the Odyssey app, wherever you get your podcasts.
What's up, everybody? Nick Costos here from BetMGM Network's You Better You Bet countdown to tip-off. The final weekend of the tournament is here, and the foursome of one seeds have punched their ticket to San Antonio. Tune in Saturday morning, 7 to 9, right here on Chicago's 670 The Score, and streaming live on YouTube.com at the BetMGM Network. Join me and Brad Evans as we get you prepped and ready to bet on the battle of the one seeds. It's You Better You Bet's countdown to tip-off, presented by BetMGM. Listen on the free Odyssey app or watch and subscribe on YouTube at the BetMGM Network.
This copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the Chicago Cubs and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Chicago Cubs. Pat?
Ryan Presley trying to nail down the save. Cubs 3, Padres 1, 9th inning. First up, Manny Machado. And it's down low from Presley. Machado, 0 for 3. All of those against Imanaga. Machado struck out, flied to right, and struck out again. Presley, veteran right-hander, fires. There's a strike. Cubs pitching changes. Sponsored by James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs. Another excellent outing by Shota. This ball is fouled away. In fact, it was a quality start. Sponsored by Benjamin Moore. Start your next project with quality paints from Benjamin Moore, official paint of the Chicago Cubs. Presley ahead of Machado, 1-2. The pitch on the way. Check swing ground ball to third, foul. He had him fooled. Machado able to get a piece. You knew it would be a tough day to get hits, and it has been. 5 for San Diego, just 3 for the Cubs all day.
Yeah. Wind picked up middle of the game, blowing in hard now from center field.
1-2 pitch upstairs, 2-2. Machado, big, strong right-handed batter, slightly open stance. Waiting for the 2-2 from Presley. Here it comes. Low, and it's 3-2. And now the 3-2. Fly ball, left side foul, and back out of play. The ninth inning is brought to you by Bosch Power Tools. The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a Bosch.
Told you. A lot of Bosch.
I have heard you say that many times. And now the 3-2. Fouled away, challenged him again.
Machado has done a good job today of fouling off some really good pitches. It looked like to me like he was on the pitch down the split, but he's really been able to foul off the high fastball, which is not an easy thing to do.
Now the 3-2 to Machado. Fly ball foul, right side out of play. Ron, before we forget, before the ball game ends, our hearts go out to our dear friend Ian Kuhn and his family, Betsy, Evan, and Farrell, and from his brother Brian. He was a guy that engineered for you and me and Zach, close friend of Paul Zarang's, a close friend to a lot of people. He was also a great engineer for the Dave Matthews Band. Bounce to short, gloving it to Swanson, near second, running throw to first to get him. One down. But Ian was a very nice man and an excellent engineer.
Great engineer, great guy. He really helped Paul with a lot of our stuff here in the booth. But, yep, super, super guy, and he will really be missed.
One away, ninth inning. That was quite a battle between Presley and Machado. You like to see veterans in those battles, Ron, when the game is on the line in the ninth inning. There's no give on either side. Xander Bogaerts will take ball one inside.
That's the thing about Presley and his experience. He's going to keep doing what he does best, and you're going to have to hit that pitch because he's going to keep executing and keep throwing what he thinks is his best stuff. And, you know, he's going to pitch to contact some as a closer, but he's never going to give in, to your point.
Fly ball right side might be playable, twisting toward foul territory, and that ball's going to be out of play. 3 Cubs in hot pursuit, Horner, Turner, and Tucker. But it fell up into that netting beyond the tarp area down the right field line in foul territory. It's just a strike on Bogaerts, 1-1.
Wind blowing in pretty hard from center field and probably blew that ball a good 40 or 50 feet and ended up into the seats.
Now, it's a padded wall, but it's a very small pad, and there's brick right behind it. So you got to be careful chasing a ball in that area. Now the set for the 1-1 to Bogaerts. On the way. Just off the inside, 2-1. Cubs leading 3-1 in the ninth inning with one away and nobody on. Big crowd at Wrigley, 40,000 plus. The next pitch low and outside. The toast of the game, I'm going to raise a toast to Shota Imanaga for another sparkling outing.
He was outstanding, 7 1/3, only 4 hits, 4 punch-outs in the game.
The 3-1. Strike 2 called. Bogaerts trying to work his way on with the base on balls, which is not bad strategy on his part. It's now 3-2, and that brought the crowd to life. Full count on Bogaerts. Bogaerts nothing for 3. Twice has flied to the warning track in the game. And the payoff. Low, he walked him. So that immediately brings the tying run to the plate. Jackson Merrill, and this kid's got some pop. Got to be careful here.
Yeah, Merrill last year, 24 home runs. And, you know, you really got to hit one out of here now because the wind blowing in hard from center and left center. But there has been a home run in the game by Maldonado.
The toast of the game presented by Benny's Beverage Depot. Benny's is the official champagne provider of the Cubs. And the pitch, a strike to Merrill. Again, Shota Imanaga gets the toast. Does that make him the toastee?
Well, I don't think he's a toaster.
That's a very good point. Here comes the stretch for the 0-1. It's outside for a ball. Anyway, Benny's Beverage Depot They're the good people who sponsor the toast of the game. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking. Now the 1-1. That's just a little bit high for ball 2. That was close. Watching it again. Borderline. Could have been called a strike. Cubs on top 3-1. Tying run at the plate. 1 down, top of the 9th inning. Here comes the 2-1. Low, and it's 3-1. Presley, remember, was 3-2 on Machado before getting him to ground out. He ended up walking Bogarts, and now he's 3-1 on Merrill. So he's working very carefully. And the 3-1. Fouled away, 3-2. What's on your mind here, Ron?
Well, I think you go right with that same slider type pitch that he throws, that cutter slider. If you can throw it in the outer half of the strike zone, I think that's the best. If you can keep it out there, that would be good. It's just tougher to pull that ball and hit one in the seats.
The right-hander ready in the 3-2. Fly ball left center field on the run. Crow Armstrong has to make a diving trap of the ball. It's a base hit. That ball almost bounced past him. A very athletic play by Crow Armstrong. He wanted to catch it on the fly as he angled into shallow left center. Had to play it on a bounce and somehow came up with it cleanly, Ron. A dangerous play.
Yeah, very dangerous play, because if it goes by him, the tying run would have probably ended up at least on third base. Yeah, and that was just, good effort by Pete. He did do his job and kept the ball in front of him. Presley with a fastball. He was just going to throw a good low fastball, 94 miles an hour, in the middle of the plate, and Merrill just kept the inning alive.
So now they're a man at first and second with 1 away. The tying run at first. And a pinch batter is going to be coming up. We'll identify him. Gavin Sheets. Gavin Sheets is going to come up as a pinch batter in the 9th inning. So the plot is thickening. Cub infielders looking for a ground ball. 1 down, first and second. Cubs lead 3-1. And the pitch to Sheets is down low for a ball. Again, the Padres have not lost a game all year.
Sheets does have some power. 10 home runs last season in 24.
Now the 1-0 pitch. That's low and inside for a ball. Presley battling some control issues. Sheets with a homer and 5 runs batted in so far this year. And the 2-0. Swing and a miss. Might have chased a pitch down low.
Yeah, a little slider. This ball's down. And it's down and away. Good location for Presley. Not a good location if you're trying to hook one.
Now the set for the 2-1 from Presley. And Sheets will take a ball out of the strike zone. Not sure exactly where it missed. Maybe down low. Yep, and it was a good call. It was low. It's 3-1 on Gavin Sheets. And the pitch. Big chop slowly hit left side. Glove by Shaw. Nice play to throw him out at first. A high bouncer. He had to short hop that high hopper. Ron, it's an unusual play, and he made it very cleanly, retiring the batter, but runners end up at second and third on the play.
Boy, this is a big-time play. This is not an easy pickup by Shaw as he comes in, and he's going to get an in-between hop, and he picks this ball on the run going hard to his left. Once he makes the catch, the play's pretty easy because it's an easy throw. But with the game on the line in the 9th inning, that is an excellent play by Shaw at third.
Jake Cronenworth at the plate. Runners at second and third, 2 down. Standing room and standing time for all the fans here at Wrigley. And the pitch by Presley. Cronenworth takes ball one. Tucker well off the right field line. A good 90 feet off the stripe. Now the stretch from the right-hander. The pitch sliced foul. Cronenworth very much a spray hitter. We've seen him slap the ball all over the yard. 1-1 on Jake.
Does have some pop in his bat. 17 home runs last season.
Infielders are going to try to knock down any grounder to keep it on the infield. And now the 1-1. Low for ball two.
Yeah, this is where you play, the new rules. You have to be in the dirt. You can't play out in the outfield grass as a defender, as an infield defender. So you're, short and second base. So Swanson and Horner are playing right on the edge of the infield dirt.
The set for the 2-1. On the way. Ball three down low. Padre runners at second and third, 2 down, top of the ninth inning. Cubs leading 3-1, trying to hold on. Cronenworth waiting for the 3-1 pitch. The stretch and the delivery. Swinging a bouncing ball toward first and foul. And now the count runs full. Brendan Lockridge is waiting on deck. First base is open. Lockridge is another left-handed batter. Fans vocally rising to the moment. It's getting loud at Wrigley. Time called by Cronenworth as he backs away. Cronenworth wearing those bright green shoes. And now time called by Amaya. Does the catcher sometimes see the runner out at second base who might be relaying some signs to the batter, Ron?
Well, there's no signs to relay now because you're not giving signals with the fingers, right? So you're not. So, but the one thing you could do, you could give location from second base, which would really tell you kind of what you're going to see. For the most part. But I really believe this is one of those things where Amaya called a pitch and he got shook a couple times and he wanted to go out there and really see what Presley's thinking.
Okay, ready for the resumption of play. Cubs leading 3-1, 2 down, top of the ninth inning. Runners at second and third. And the 3-2 pitch. Called strike three, and the Cubs win the ball game. A fastball got him looking. Jake Cronenworth, normally a very aggressive hitter, took one right over the inside corner. A fastball gets him. Ryan Presley gets the save. Shota Imanaga gets the victory. And the Cubs win the home opener in what turned out, Ron, to be a real nail-biter.
Absolutely. Big ball game for the Cubs on the home opener. Enough offense to win a game. Showed an outstanding 7 1/3. And Presley, how about that? You game plan right there at the end. You have the trip to the mound, and he throws a fastball inside for the first time in that at-bat to get the punch out. Big pitch by Presley to get the win.
Just watching Cronenworth these last few years, that is about the last way that I thought his at-bat would end, with him taking a fastball in the strike zone.
That is why Presley shook off twice and then went with the heater inside. That was the last pitch I think Amaya thought he was going to throw. He had thrown all spinners, and then he went to a different location.
Our good friend Bruce Levine is on the field with a special guest. Bruce, take it away.
All right, Pat and Ron, I'm here with Justin Turner, and just as you said, you wrote it up in the offseason when you decided to come here, get the go-ahead hit, and you become a hybrid star of the game and a hybrid player. What was your first Wrigley experience like here today as a home player?
Oh man, what an atmosphere, a ton of energy. I was joking around before the game. Opening day here should be a holiday. And, it doesn't look like too many people are at work, so it might as well have been.
So a novice like me has no idea how Imanaga is